Welcome in, folks. High school football playoff action right here on ChagrinValleyConference.com. The matchup tonight, we are all the way into the Division IV Region 13 regional semi-final matchup as the Perry Pirates of the CVC take on the Streetsboro Rockets right here on CVC TV. Kyle Cornell, AA, Anthony Alford with you on the call as always. And AA, a matchup between two really good football teams tonight.
Two phenomenal football teams in a loaded region. You know, we talked about whoever can come out of Division IV Region, 13. If you come out of this, you have a strong opportunity to run the table and win it all. Let's start with Perry, a team who won the state championship last year, but in Division V. Last week, something unbelievable happened last week. I can't believe it. A team won a game 3-0. Now, in 2024, that's rare. I mean, I understand 30 years ago that would happen, but not here in 2024. But after that performance, Perry ready to go here today, though we do have significant news that we're going to get to here momentarily, but it's going to be a tough contest against this undefeated Streetsboro Rockets team. Again, Perry, for those who don't know, their only loss came in 3 overtimes against Kirtland back out week 3.
Of course, we had that game for you guys here on CVC TV, and it was a fantastic game back and forth between two teams we expected to see make this long playoff run. And now here we are with Perry. The Pirates, obviously, AA mentioned, 11-1 overall in the season. Over 43 points per game to the offense has been stout. Despite last week only putting up 3 points, they've still been able to do a really good job on that end. Defense, that's the big thing Coach Gusevich talked to us about, too. They stepped up huge last week. The offense, couple turnovers, couple mistakes deep in Struthers territory. They were able to get some big stops on the defensive end, keep that score at 0 for their 5th shutout of the season. The only problem is on the other side, Streetsboro, they've been doing this all year long, too. 6 shutouts on the defensive end on the other side, too.
Well, the focus this week that Coach Gusevich was talking about, we don't realize it because the playoffs, let's be honest, it's a long stretch as well. 6 weeks if you go all the way to the state final. Perry did not have a good week of practice last week, the week before. Going in. This week they focused on themselves. They wanted to zero in on fundamentals and focus in on execution and focus in on doing work in the red zone. And that's what Coach Gusevich talked to us earlier today, talked to us about. That's their focus, but you're right about Streetsboro. Oh, my goodness.
This is a record-setting year for the Rockets, by the way. Hey, 12-0 coming into this game. Obviously, you saw the graphic at the beginning of the broadcast here. First time in school history they've been undefeated this deep in the season. Remember last year, 9-1. Really good year for the Rockets. This year, they've been able to compound that and build even more, averaging nearly 50 points per game, only giving up 7. And, of course, coming off last week's win against Canal Fulton Northwest, 34-7, dominating fashion. They've done it the first couple playoff games, 2 AA. They've done it all season long. Closest game was back all the way in week 1 against CVCA, who's also a perennial state championship contender in their own right. This Rockets team is scary good.
Yes, they are. And we're gonna be focusing on climax number 7 a ton here. Everything. And I talked to a well-known Streetsboro resident, Mr. Ken Carmen. It's like, hey, what's the vibe of this football team? And he's like, everything goes through climax, goes through him. And we're going to see number 7 in action. We're going to see council number 20 in action here today. Those two guys, along, of course, their offensive line, they're going to have to step up against a very athletic Perry Pirates defense.
It's going to be a fun matchup tonight. And so an injury update for folks. We actually were broken the news to on the field just before the game starting here today. It was a game time thing to wait and see, but there is going to be a bit of an issue with number 1, Luke Savon for the Perry Pirates. He tweaked his hamstring this week in practice. Going to give it a go, starting on the defensive end, but we know obviously the number 1 receiver for this team. Some would argue it could be possibly the best player pound for pound on this Perry roster, AA. And to have him in question in this game is a big question mark for the Pirates.
Go through adversity, right? That's part of it. Every challenge you can think of, there you go. But we're going to see how he responds. And starting on defense, I think that's going to be important. I think watching him give it a go on defense, in that free safety position. So the good news in that position, he won't be asked initially to be involved all in on the interior, inside the front seven. So he's going to be out there probably 15, 20 yards deep on defense. That's the opportunity for the coaching staff to see how he's moving, on that side of the ball.
It's going to be important to see, as Perry did win the toss, chose to receive the first half kickoff. So the Pirates will get the first possession of the ball game here in this Region 13 Division 4 regional semifinal matchup. Of course, two other teams in the CVC playing tonight as well. We'll have updates throughout the evening. Kirtland taking on Columbia. It's a fantastic matchup for Division 6 Region 21. And then Cuyahoga Heights, possibly one of the biggest surprises this year.
The ninth seed doing it big.
Oh my goodness. Big win last week over Western Reserve. Now they take on Warren JFK tonight. So, of course, we'll have updates on those games for you throughout the evening as well.
And we'll also give you updates on the other matchup in this region, which both of these teams are interested in. Minter Lake Catholic and Glenville, the other matchup taking place here in Region 13.
So Climax, who also handles the kickoffs, punts it away, and that ball going to curtail out of bounds near the 35-yard line. They were underway with playoff football here at Great Lakes Cheese Stadium. We've said that now twice in the past 3 weeks, Double A.
Which is great. It's great to be back here. Of course, Brookshire was the host school, and they were in the playoffs, a couple weeks before. But here, you want to talk about neutral location. Both of these teams, 24 miles separate their home school from this stadium.
Right in the middle. Good job, OHSAA, for figuring that out. Whoever the logistics teams are, they hit the nail on the head on that one.
It doesn't hit all the time, but when it does, you have to acknowledge
but
it.
when it hits, it hits. So Savon going to run out to the bottom of your screen. We'll keep an eye on Luke tonight, number 1, as we're going to get to see Walter Moses again, the starting quarterback, senior for this, again, Perry Pirate football team. First down and 10, handoff. A little end around, trying to work its way through. Ball is on the floor and it's picked up. Streetsboro has it immediately. Oh, and an end around. And Perry, that was Jimmy Ashburn who got the end around. We've seen him get some of those carries throughout the year. Double A just could not hold on to the football. This is what happened last week, too, for the Pirates.
Yeah, and that was a major issue. Those turnovers, and it always happens in playoff games. A little weather update, too. It is a little bit of a drizzle here, a little bit of rain. So it is slippery as we get back to live action. And this is the attraction. If you haven't seen Streetsboro, this is our first time seeing Streetsboro. This backfield, watching them operate, it's going to be a treat.
Climax, again, number 7 in the backfield, along with the sophomore, Marcus Council. And watching these guys warm up in the pregame was fun to see. Again, the different dynamic they bring here as the Rockets immediately get a turnover and get the ball. And it'll be a keeper for Climax up the middle. He's going to get rocked through and brought down. Perry right there to meet on the tackle on the inside. Armani and Chiapalin with the tackle leading through.
And this is a defense that gave up less than 100 yards last week. If it wasn't for this defense, they wouldn't be here today.
Yeah, there's some mistakes on the offensive end, trying to clear those up, and already a fumble from the Perry offense on the first play. It's going to be a handoff on the outside, trying to work through, pushing back forward and getting near the line of scrimmage. That was a carry on the outside there by Manny Gibson. We'll hear his name tonight as well, the junior, number 24 on the carry, but Perry reads that well, going to bring him a 3rd and long.
Yeah, huge credit. I think that was Trent Taylor there, number 0, who went on the outside, read it, identified immediately, and stayed with it, too.
Trent Taylor, 6'5", 220 pounds. Monster on that defensive line, and playing some linebacker, too. 3rd and long. Climax rolling out to his right, under pressure, going to throw off his back foot. It's up, and it's incomplete. McCoon was in the area. But that's going to be a 4th down coming up, and I'd imagine Streetsboro most likely going to punt this football away. Great pressure there by Perry's defensive line and forced an errant pass. I'll tell you what, McCoon almost got the interception.
Yeah, he did. It was excellent pressure, of course, but where they're at, Perry may have to handle business again defensively. I think Streetsboro's going to go for it.
So Climax does do the punting as well, so this could be a thing, but now they're going to roll on occasion. Climax going to go up in the pocket, looking through. He's under pressure. Sidearm throw incomplete. The receiver fell in the area, but no dice there as he went for Preston Laie, and that was No good. Hits the turf, and it's going to be a turnover on down, so Perry gets the ball right back.
So think about all the action that has just happened in less than a minute and a half. You get the immediate turnover, Streetsboro does, but, you know, immediately right after, Perry essentially doesn't give up anything as far as yards, and they're back on offense.
I think Perry actually gained a yard from where they started originally.
I believe so.
Maybe
I
a
think
few
you're right.
more. So right back out there comes Walter Moses and company, trying to keep the ball in hand. We've seen fumbles as a problem with a bunch of teams this year when weather, and sometimes weather isn't a factor too. We've seen ball security be an issue. Quick toss to the outside. That's caught. Moses slings it over. Good catch and breaking through for a huge gain and a first down and more on the outside. Phenomenal job on the reception right there for Perry to move through and get that first down.
So if we included the previous possession that lasted one play, Perry in the last 2 weeks have only had 5 or 6 offensive possessions.
Yes.
So you talking about like kind of them getting themselves back on track. That was a huge play for Perry to move down the field.
Greg Meckenbauer with the big catch on a screen, moved it for a first down, handoff inside. Trying to push down and push through on the carry right there is Darion Howard, and he'll get about 4.
Of course, we are, you know, one of the most impressive things we saw when we saw Perry against Kirtland was their backfield. And Darion Howard, you know, he may not get the ball all the time, but he's going to make impact plays whether he has the ball or not. And he's seeing some substitutions in as well. So, but he will definitely make an impact.
Yep, we'll see Darion Howard. We'll see Owen McCoon, number 44, saw him on defense a moment ago. And also we'll see some Carter Hopkins as well back there and throughout the slot. It's Savon in motion. He's out there on the offensive end. Savon runs a screen. He's going to take a screen pass and catch it. Luke Savon works his way through some burst. For Luke Savon, one of the more exciting 3-yard gains you're going to get from this Perry offense.
And remember, if you just joined us within the last couple of minutes, you know, Kyle had the breaking news, of course, with Coach. You know, Savon dealing with that hamstring injury situation is going to be subbed out. He plays both ways, you know, offense and defense, but looked pretty good there, but obviously you want to keep the hamstring going there.
Yeah, when I keep him loose as well, so you don't want to have him sitting for too long. So yeah, in and out every other play or so, kind of keeping everything loose in that leg. As it's 3rd and short, going to be a rollout. Moses looking, he's got a receiver. It's caught on the outside, breaking through, room to run, past the 10, to the 5, touchdown! What a play down the right sideline, and Perry strikes first.
And they get the light treatment. Here at the basket at home.
Oh, Carter Hopkins did a great job on that little flat route. Gave a great target for Walter Moses, and Perry is on the board first. After the first drive, we were concerned. The fumble, first play. This time they bounce right back and go in for 6.
You know, Walter Moses, he is so solid. You know, I regret not talking about him here in the open because, again, he's just a stud.
Buhner picks that up through the uprights, and it's good. And he talked about it. Phenomenal job by Moses, not getting shaken with the pressure of the moment, and that leads to Perry leading now 7-0 right here on CVC TV. Hey, speaking of us, I want to thank the presenting sponsor for CVC TV. It's the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. Their specialties include dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com.
What a start. I mean, you want to talk about a team in Perry that has been thrown pretty much everything. And we're going to see here how Streetsboro is able to respond because they had great field position. They went for it on 4th down, wasn't able to get it, and there was a lot of pressure that was brought to the forefront.
Phenomenal job on the little flat route, and I'll tell you what, that's why you talked about it. We mentioned the multiple running backs that can make plays, especially when Luke Savon, your leading receiver, is a little hampered a little bit, can't be out there every play like he normally is. It's good to have those kids and those guys step up in those moments, and Carter Hopkins did a great job too, and he kept the play alive. He could have went out of bounds at around the 10-yard line, but just kept going.
Had a broken tackle as well, so he did a great job.
Well, now it's up to the Rockets from Streetsboro to respond. They kick off back, and it's going to bounce out of bounds near the 5-yard line, so it moved up to the 35, and that's where Streetsboro will have their second offensive possession double A, and first time, a little rough going for the Rockets there. Perry played some great defense that first possession.
There was a ton of pressure. Great way for the defense to read their keys. So here's the thing. We talked about the development of this Rockets team who, they're great now. I think they have a bright future. I would not be surprised if we see them in this round again next year, too. I mean, you want to talk about, Coach Thompson's done a great job with this program. And we're going to see how they respond here at possession number 2 for the Rockets.
Climack again in that shotgun. Council on his left hip. And he'll read the playing it all from the sideline here. As the Rockets now trying to find some answers after they looked like they had all the momentum in the beginning part of this first quarter. Great job by Perry to respond after their own turnover. Bit of a muffed up snap, but nowhere to go for Climack. He maybe got a yard or two of that, and the flag comes in late. Way after the play, so it's usually in the area of some sort of personal foul.
And again, it's going to be very, very important for, well, let's see what the call is first.
Dead ball. Personal foul.
Wow, it's going to be against Streetsboro. That's a huge penalty against the Rockets, and this is not an ideal start. You mentioned, obviously, for coaching company on the Rockets sideline, trying to build some momentum after another solid win this past week against Northwest.
Well, you know what's crazy? We talk about experience. It's very unusual for Streetsboro to have the lack of experience card on one end, but in this case, when you're facing a Perry team that won a state championship a year ago, that played 16 games, things happen here at week 13.
How do you respond?
How do you respond?
And if you haven't been there before, it's tough. And Perry definitely has the experience edge on this Streetsboro team now, who's backed up. It's 2nd and 25 from their own 22 now, following the penalty. Climack again in that shotgun. He'll take the snap. He's going to keep it himself and cut up the middle. Climack pushes through and gets brought down near the 30-yard line for a minimal gain.
And I want to credit, too, I believe Darion Howard made the tackle, number 3. And he just sat there. He read Climack, and the moment that he came up the pocket, Howard was ready to make the play.
Yeah, so it's going to be 3rd and 16 from the 29-yard line. They'll give Climack officially about 7 yards on that last carry. And another long conversion attempt here. The play is blown dead for a moment. There's maybe a piece of equipment or something on the field there.
And again, remember, with these OHSA officials,
yeah, they don't mess around.
This week, might have got away with that in week 1. Do not get away with that in week 13. Any uniform issues, got to come out the game.
Definitely now as Climack looks to pass again. Going to roll to his right. He's under pressure. Climack still rolling. Turns the corner. And he's going to get brought down. Was there a flag? I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either, Kyle.
Wonder again if we can get a replay on that, but it looked like Climack got horse collared there, but maybe it was below the neck area. We'll see.
It might have been. I think it might have slipped up. But you see the secondary, the coverage that was there defensively. Receivers went all out. Nobody could get open. And maybe you could have thrown to somebody underneath here, but just wasn't getting open.
Nevertheless, mentioned Climack is the punter as well, so he'll line up to boot this one back away. Savon, one of the return men back there. High snap, and he will boot it off. Split the difference. It's taken in by the other return man there. That's number 10 for Perry. Turning up the right side, huge return. And I think he went out of bounds just past midfield, maybe a little further away, but a great return right there for Perry. That was Vince Tomasek, who obviously turned the corner on that right side. And you put them both back there, Double A, because you're going to want to make sure, hey, if Luke doesn't have to return the punt, for him not to. Same for offense and defense.
And if you watch all of our games on CVC TV, or you just tuned in for the first time, these 13 weeks, everything that happens on special teams, you need to pay attention. These are not gimmies.
No, but it was a great return by Thomas. It puts him on the other side of midfield, down at the 44-yard line of Streetsboro. Perry again in a great spot. Handoff Howard inside, lowering the shoulder, and this time Streetsboro's defensive line steps up and flattens him in the offensive backfield. Maybe got a half a yard on that carry. A great tackle on the inside there. 55, Arthur Scott III, a junior.
Yeah, Arthur Scott III. He is a stud. You know, I mean, he's going to be somebody you got to contend with. He had the offensive penalty just now.
Yep, so it's move back again. This time Perry getting penalized. They'll go back behind midfield. That's a huge penalty, I believe, double of 15 yards.
And now both teams have had significant penalties on the offensive side that has changed the dynamic of their offensive drives.
Yep, 7-0 Perry, 7:30 to go in this first quarter. Moses again in the shotgun. Trying to get that defense to jump, almost did. We'll get a new play call in from the sideline. And I think he may look to take a timeout here. So some miscommunication on the Perry sideline results in the first timeout from the Pirates with 7:19 to go in the first quarter right here on CVC TV. If you got a tree emergency or need expert tree care, call Taz Tree Service. The number 440-567-0962. With over 25 years of experience, they specialize in tree removal, trimming, stump grinding, and more. Their fully insured team offers swift responses and affordable pricing, ensuring peace of mind and top-notch service. Visit ChagrinFallsTreeRemovalServices.com to book your appointment today. That's Taz Tree Service, dependable, professional, and ready to meet all your tree care needs. Also, if you're dealing with a sewer or drain emergency, don't wait. Call Sewer Cleaning Company. Their phone number, 440-290-6055 for 24/7 service with over 500 5-star reviews. They provide expert sewer and drain cleaning, camera inspection, storm drain repair, and more. You can trust their honest and transparent services to get your home back in order. Visit SewerCleaningCompany.com for more details and to schedule your appointment today. That's SewerCleaningCompany.com, your local sewer and drain experts. First-team customers receive a free video drain inspection.
First scoring update, Kirtland up 13-0 over Columbia Station in the first quarter still.
Curious about that matchup as Moses looks to pass over the middle. Got a receiver. It's incomplete. Set away.
Pass intended for Taylor.
I think it was picked off.
Was it?
I think so.
Wow. I saw Climac knock the ball away, and Streetsboro gets it. It's going to go back to the Rockets. So again, back and forth we go. 2 turnovers in the first quarter. And somehow, Perry's still up 7-0.
No, but that's how the ball bounces. And this Rockets defense needed something like that.
Oh.
And now they're going to jump quick here back on offense.
That was in McCoon's hands, and he just couldn't bring it in. Climac knocked it out. It was picked off by Streetsboro. Unbelievable play back there. Jackson Gula gets the credit for the interception, number 9. For the Rockets, going to be a keeper for Climac, working his way through, spins down after a gain of about 4 yards. McCoon in on a stop.
And that's a positive play. Your Streetsboro is just taking full advantage of the big turnover. Of course, the thing to be mindful too, even at this level, even though you got certain players who do play on both sides. So running the ball on first down right after a big play, getting 4 yards is a huge deal if you're the Rockets.
You can see definitely why Climac is the leader on this, is he'll keep it himself again. Climac working through on the right side. He breaks a hole. Climac works his way through and gets spun down past the 45 to the 42-yard line.
You know what they're going to do. It's always a matter of, okay, you stop it. And all of a sudden now this Rockets team, they're locking in as far as blockers. Perry in the first drive did an unbelievable job breaking away from blockers. They sent in extra guys. But this go around, the offensive line, they're locking in on their blocks, and defenders are having a tough time getting off the blocks there that last play.
Talking about the pressure of a playoff game. Looks like maybe Streetsboro is starting to get used to this again now. You're remembering it, hey, it's just a football game. So you go out there and play, do what we did all season long. Climac going to send Council in motion. There'll be another keeper. Climac working his way through the middle and going to get brought down again after a gain of about 4 to 5 yards.
And you just think about Colin Climac, like he is senior, so nothing to lose. This could be, your last opportunity, of course. So don't worry now. He has no problem taking the punishment.
The ball's been in his hands all season long. It's one of the reasons why the Rockets are 12-0. Council in motion again. This time he gets it. Council working far left side. He's going to get brought down. It's Luke Saban that got back there on defense, and I'll tell you what, not seeing too many effects from that hamstring double out.
No, and he has some help too. Chasing Council away in that backfield. He has not been able to turn up the field on the perimeter. Perry's had the perimeter locked in, here initially. So we'll see here on this 3rd and 12.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. 3rd and 12 again. 5 minutes to go, double in this first quarter. Streetsboro had some momentum there for a moment, but Perry's defense starting to flex those muscles again.
At some point, watch this bottom end. They're going to have to put it up.
There it is. Climac working right side, throwing dump off. It is incomplete, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. Looking for near Cook there, and Cook could not corral it. 4th down on the way again for Streetsboro.
That is tough because the right play was made. You just had to execute it. And this defense gave you this entire perimeter of the field here to run those routes, but not able to corral the catch. A little bit cooler here tonight, but it's November football.
48 degrees, a light drizzle falling outside Great Lakes Cheese Stadium as Climac gets the high snap, going to boot it away to Savon and Tomasic again. This time it's Savon that will take it, fall on it for a fair catch at about the 10-yard line.
It's a bit dangerous.
But he did the double-A special. He fell.
He did.
Go straight down. Corral, make sure you have the ball. Go to the ground.
He did just that.
You're forever linked to that, by the way. I hope you know.
Because not everyone does it. There's a reason
and
why.
not everyone can be you, Parker.
No,
so there you
that's
go.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
You've had a tough week. I wanted to say something sweet about you.
Can you send that soundbite to Never mind.
I will.
Go ahead, call the next play. Go ahead.
Can we frame a soundbite? That'd be great. First down for Moses and company, pinned back on their own 11-yard line. Rolling out to his right, quick pass outside. That one is caught. And short gain there, right there by, again, Meckenbauer, who had that big completion on the technically the second drive for Perry. That got him deep into the Rockets' side of the field.
Well, what Moses gives you, and I've been fortunate to watch him. Of course, Perry fans, of course, have watched him. He got reps as a freshman. He got starting reps as a freshman, but watch him these last few years. He has complete operation of the pocket. He can maneuver in the pocket. Anywhere you need him to go and deliver the football, he could do.
Well, Moses again going to maneuver to the right, throw. It's a quick pass, and it's tight, but it's a great catch again by Meckenbauer near the first down, and I think he got it.
That was a great play on both sides. The hit was really tough, but made him can hold on to the football, get a new set of downs.
I'd love to see that from Greg Meckenbauer, number 26, who's getting some more looks at receiver today. We know, obviously, Luke Savon dealing with that hamstring, but to this point, Savon's been great flying around on the defensive end. He made a play on offense as well, and special teams blocking out there for the big return for Tomasic. He's been able to do some things still.
But this is where these young guys, remember, if you go all the way, just 6 weeks of playoff football, these young guys got to be ready to play.
Handoff on the inside, taken through, and Hopkins gets down near the first down marker. Great run right there by Carter Hopkins. Had the big catch for a touchdown a couple drives ago, and this time gets near first down on the carry there on first down.
And we talk about, again, the young guys, he's a sophomore, Hopkins. So, and here's the interesting thing, too. In the regular season, you do have JV football. You don't have that in the playoffs. Like, this is so keeping other guys ready to go, even if they're not getting consistent reps week in and week out. It's a tough thing, but, young guys at this stage, they love the opportunity to be out here during the playoff game.
And Hopkins has made an impact, to say the least. It's going to be another snap. Here's Moses looking to throw, going to take a shot. He's got Savon downfield, and it's almost intercepted. Down deep there is Adrian Monroe, the sophomore, almost had hands on that. Savon beat the man that was guarding him in that man coverage, and the safety just waited up top and almost made that play.
Man, I'll tell you, so much was happening there. Of course, Manny Gibson was there, but that's tough too. You had that quick step, but a little some misfire, I should say there. I'm not going to say miscommunication because as a quarterback, you know where you want to put the football.
Yeah, well, you take the shot.
As a receiver, you know you have the opportunity.
A 2nd and 1, hand up the middle, now 3rd down. And McCoon got the carry, and I believe based on the spot he's going to have it, it'll be a first down for Perry. So the luxury of getting 9 yards on that first down run meant that Perry could take a shot down the field, and now they move the chains to the first down run on 3rd down.
And this is the tough thing about facing Perry. It's like, okay, you got to worry about the high-flying offense. I know the score last week says otherwise, but you got to worry about the offense. And then all of a sudden, yeah, we can hand off the ball to Owen McCoon in the gut. No problem.
Well, we saw that game against Kirtland, too. They really focused, emphasized running the football. Darion Howard McCoon making plays in that game, and it was close. He's again looking to pass. And a good throw over the middle. It's caught. Great throw and catch there from, again, Moses to his intended receiver. That's Armani Chapone, who moves the chains again. Great job through the middle, finding a hole in that Rockets defense.
And Chapone ran a great route, too. He actually stepped right in, went right there. Moses, and credit again to this offensive line, giving Moses the opportunity. But you got to make that sharp throw. He did. And this Perry offense moving again down the field. Again, and they have the depth as well.
They really do, as you see now. Darion Howard checking back in.
Savon is in, of course, number 1. He's at the bottom of the screen.
So here we go. It's a low snap taken by Moses. He's going to run it. Moses cuts upfield and gets pushed out of bounds just past midfield. Gain of about roughly 6 to 7 yards for Walter Moses. Hey, he can do that too.
We forgot to mention. He can run the football as well.
Yeah, they'll officially give him about 4.5 to 5 yards there. So yeah, Moses can give you some plays here or there with the run. And again, Trent Taylor checking back into the game, to number 0. Someone that I've circled this week to watch. Obviously, defensively, we know what he brings. Phenomenal job. Linebacker, defensive lineman as well. He kind of rotates through there. But offensively, as a tight end, can he make some plays maybe on the offensive end? Interesting to see. Handoff through. Hopkins spins, fights forward. Ball comes out late, but it's out of bounds. And it looks like he was down inbound, so they'll give Hopkins about 3.
Great job by Gibson to be in there to make the play defensively. Also credit to really the entire front 7 for reading that. And, you know, the Rockets, they needed something because this Perry offense was just moving at their own pace. But credit to Gibson for sneaking in there and identifying where he needed to be. Because it's hard as a DB to get to the spot that you want to make the play.
3rd and 3 on the 47-yard line of Streetsboro. Perry threatening again. Trying to move in deeper to Rockets territory. Moses looking to pass, throwing, taking a shot, right sideline. It's up, it's right on top, and it's incomplete. But a flag comes in. Couple flags there late. There was a toss-up to Ashburn, and that could be pass interference.
It will be. You've got to. It's so tough, but you got to play the football as a defender, and you don't turn your head around in that spot.
Pass interference. Defense number 7.
And that is going to be on Cohen Klimek, who obviously plays some safety as well for this Streetsboro team, the starting quarterback, and just didn't turn his head around, didn't play the ball up way, and that's what happens. You end up getting that big penalty, and the ball obviously going to move forward, and Perry gets bailed out.
And remember, too, since this is not the NFL, it's not a spot foul. It is 15 yards, but it's a new set of downs.
Yeah, so reset here. It's going to be a handoff through. Hopkins working his way, pushing through, and I'll tell you what, Carter Hopkins has looked pretty solid in this first quarter as it winds down to about a minute to go in the frame, and Hopkins gets another 4 to 5 yards.
He's doing a great job. Really just carrying the football, low center of gravity. Whenever he's asked to make those yardage, he could do so. If I'm the secondary, though, I'm watching those one-on-one matchups, though, because that's been biting, the defense here for a little bit.
You saw Savon beat his matchup earlier with Gibson, and just the ball was a little overthrown and to the right. That time, 2 pass interference. So Moses starting to figure some things out, throwing the ball deep. Throwing, that one's short, and it is caught, sliding through head first to the 20-yard line. That should be a Perry first down. A great catch right there for the Pirates. Brody Petroselli with the huge catch, and head first looked like it was sliding near the corner of Carnegie and Ontario.
the way I thought it was possible to drop there just because of the shadows, but that was a great play. But defensively, you kind of eat that up a little bit because you don't want to give up anything deep. But
yeah, it looks like Perry Double going to let the clock roll out on this first quarter. The score 7-0. The Pirates on top of the Rockets. Perry leading Streetsboro right here on CVC TV. Hey, transform your property with a fence from R&T Fence Company. Family owned for over 36 years. They provide top-notch fence installation services right here in Northeast Ohio. Specializing in residential, commercial, and industrial fencing, they offer a wide range of options, including aluminum, vinyl, wood, and chain link. Call 330-626-5170 for a free estimate or visit rtfence.com. Whether you need a new fence or a custom gate, trust the experts at RT Fence Company to deliver quality and professionalism. That's rtfence.com, your fencing solution.
We have a scoring update. So the winner of this game is going to take on the winner of Glenville and Lake Catholic. And with 2:57 left in the first quarter, as reported by Cleveland.com, Glenville up 7-0
All right.
over Minter Lake Catholic.
We circled the possibilities of a Perry-Glenville game. Though Minter Lake Catholic is the 1 seed in the region, so I mean,
And that would be an all Lake County matchup, obviously.
It would.
If you get Lake Catholic and Perry.
It'll be exciting to see who comes out of both of these games. And good action so far. Handoff inside. And Hopkins gets brought down near the first down marker. It'll be about a yard or two short.
Though we will mention, too, going back real quick to the Glenville thing, if it is Glenville-Perry next week, 2 defending state champions facing off. Of course, Perry moving up from Division 5. They won last year. They're D4. Glenville was in Region 14 last year, now in Region 13.
It'll be almost like we've seen that before this year at some point. Both involving Perry as Moses hands off. Right side breaking through a hole. Huge tackle right there by
Great
Gibson.
hit.
But Hopkins, I believe, was at the first down marker, and I think he should have it.
Man, I will credit the defender. That was a great hit, but you're able to get the first down. My goodness.
Take it, I guess, yes. Move the chains. I'm so glad we're in the booth.
Ain't that the truth?
First and goal from inside the 10, just inside the 10-yard line now for the Pirates.
Perry's issues last week, though, offensively was not going from, 20 to 20. Their issues were here in the red zone.
You could say inside the 10 double, a couple fumbles inside the 10-yard line, and looks like the offense is going to walk up the field for a moment. The penalty came through.
Head ball. Full start.
False start going to be called against the Pirates. So right away on cue, we mentioned it, and Perry moves backwards 5 yards.
And these are the things that Coach Getschwitz and the entire coaching staff, which we learned that the entire coaching staff, by the way, all returned from last year.
Right.
A lot of times you get, a couple of assistants, maybe a assistant, they're all together. So they know their personnel. But the troubles, as you just mentioned, Kyle, has been at the 10-yard line last week against Strutters.
Now can they figure a way out of this? And remember, their lone touchdown today came on a huge play. It went 35-plus yards. Play blown dead again. I think maybe the defense called a timeout there. Didn't see something they don't like, so Streetsboro calls a timeout here with 10:53 to go in this first half. Perry leading and threatening 7-0 right here on CVC TV. Hey, stay comfortable year-round with air quality control, heating, and cooling. It's that time of year, folks. We're halfway through November already, serving Northeast Ohio for over 35 years. They specialize in residential HVAC installation, repair, and maintenance. From air conditioning to heating, which is on my apartment right now, we handle it all. Need emergency service? Call them 24/7 at 216-531-5202 and ask for Joe, or visit airqualitycontrolhvac.com for more information and to schedule your appointments. Trust the experts at Air Quality Control for reliable, top quality HVAC solutions. That's airqualitycontrolhvac.com. Your comfort is their priority.
I love that timeout by Coach Thompson of Streetsboro. You almost play like basketball. You want to see the look that Perry was giving you, and you make your adjustments right here.
First and goal from the 14-yard line. And another false start comes through.
Hey, listen,
run the route. Why not?
Listen. If you're going to false start, just say screw it, run the route anyway. You can at least tell Coach, hey, I was playing hard.
Well, the beauty was in the attempt, but now they've moved backwards 10 yards on consecutive penalties here as Perry still find themselves in the red zone, but barely on the 19. Going to be a keeper for Moses. He breaks left side, cuts back out. Moses trying to break through and gets torn down by his peer, Klimek, who got the stop there.
And he did a great job of breaking away from Howard, who had him locked in there. on the perimeter blocking. So that's huge, for both of these teams. They're looking for big plays out there on the outside. That was a huge stop.
A lot of speed on both of these rosters, and you're seeing that as not too many plays getting made outside the tackles at this point. Moses has been the quarterback, and in this case, Moses rolling out, making the play. The ball out again to his right. Moses looking, got time, throws, dump off, it is caught. And that's Savon down at about the 10-yard line. That's a big catch. 7 more yards, but it's going to bring up 3rd and goal.
Yeah, I was going to say it was a necessary catch, for Savon and Perry, but the Rockets have an opportunity here, of course. Down 7-0. Be huge if they can hold Perry to a field goal opportunity if they can get this stop.
Yeah, we know the kicker for Perry Logan Buhner can definitely kick it through. We've seen that big boot. He warms up usually from around the 35 to 40-yard line. That won't be an issue, but obviously Perry wants 6 here. See what Coach Gesevich can draw up. Rolling, there's an open receiver. It's Tomasek, and he's going to be caught, but he has to fall down. They're going to say, no, it was incomplete. It hit the ground first. Tomasek was open, and he could have turned and walked into the end zone, but instead, 4th down on the way.
And again, a little bit of a breeze, a little bit of rain, but that's exactly what Streetsboro wanted. They wanted to make that defensive stop. They used the timeout to ensure they had good looks, playing behind the sticks, Perry, and they're going to kick the field goal.
Exactly right. They're going to try and boot this one through. Be roughly about a 26-yard or 27-yard field goal. Snap good, hold down, kick on the way. It is up through the left side, and it is good. 10-0 Pirates right here on CVC TV. Perry extends their lead now to a 2-possession game. Well, presenting sponsor for CVC TV is the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Dr. Steve Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. Specialties include dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com.
Another scoring update for you. Kirtland now up 27-0 against Columbia. Second quarter just underway.
Wow. So Kirtland making a statement again. And Columbia, a ranked team throughout the majority of this season.
Yep.
It's shocking to see. It's Kirtland. So
it's Kirtland.
Are we really
That's
shocked?
the thing.
But yeah.
Remember how slow they started? We had their game last week against Smithfield, how slow they started.
It was 0-0 at the end of the first quarter, and Smithfield had momentum in that game. And then Kirtland just dropped 33 in the second quarter and shocked everybody.
In a span of 4 minutes.
Oh, my goodness. Just so much. As a sliding kick. It's going to be taken in by Streetsboro, and a huge hit through. Petroselli tried to bring him down. Still switch through.
Somebody used the head stick.
Oh, my goodness. Aiden Knubel actually pushed through that hit for Streetsboro and kept on trucking through. Got down to about the 36-yard line. That's where the Rockets will take over on possession. And Double A had some momentum a little bit in the last drive, but kind of stalled out just past midfield. It's been around where Streetsboro's been able to get on this offensive side, but they just can't seem to push it too far past.
Yeah, and this is an opportunity now. Streetsboro hasn't been in a deficit really hardly all season. So this is gut check time right now.
Be a keeper for Klimek on first down. He works his way through the middle, and just not much there for Colin Klimek. Good tackle on the inside was Joey Baldry from Perry who got stopped.
But you know what, though? Streetsboro getting the defensive stop and only keeping Perry to a field goal. You can still mix in the run a little bit, but I like it now. You got trips up at the top.
Klimek going to pitch it out. And slide through, still on his feet, brought down just short of that first down marker. Looks like that was Janier Cook, who normally lines up as a receiver, but decided to throw in some running back there too, and that's going to bring up third down.
Kyle, and we both know this, foreshadowing is huge in football. Watch that formation again at some point later in the game. or even right now, but it's out of a, they're going to actually pass here, and you got the bunch trips formation at the top.
Kleinbeck again in that shotgun, same play as before, brought through, ball was out. Did Perry get it? They're waiting like they did.
Still waiting on the officials.
They haven't given a word yet. I think that Streetsboro got there. Still waiting for official word. We haven't seen anything yet from the officials. They huddled up, and I mean, the way they moved the chains, it looks like they gave Perry the football. They did.
Okay.
So yeah, Perry going to have the football, and out comes Walter Moses, the defense, with a huge force of a turnover. They were in the same play as the play before double A, and this time Perry was all over.
Yeah, they were. They got through that trips bunch situation.
So Moses in the shotgun, fresh off the fumble recovery for the defense. And run up the middle, and there's nowhere to go for Darion Howard. He gets maybe about a yard or two on that.
Man, other than, I'm going to be honest, other than the first play of the game, Perry has been in control of the pacing, and we leave out the first play because it was a fumble.
Well, even the
Perry
interception by Walter Moses that was tipped and picked off. I mean, they've been able to just rally through that, and they lead 10-0 right now. Perry still has all the momentum despite turning the ball over a couple times. Screen pass out there to Savan. He tries to cut through, and he's going to get stopped. This time Streetsboro snuffs it out.
Remember, we talked about Savan's hamstring situation, and I'm not sure in that particular case, I know it's a go-to play, but does he have enough to get good cuts there? That was a tough play to make.
Get the ball in his hands early, ask him to try and make plays with those legs. Instead of already running a route kind of down the field more and being able to use them, stretch out a little bit more.
Right.
All right, so 3rd and 12 for the Pirates here.
The opportunity for Streetsboro to have to maybe do this twice here.
Hopkins in motion. Howard gets the fake. Moses throwing middle. Receiver caught. It's Petroselli. He cuts the side, and he's in. Touchdown, Pirates. What a route by Brody Petroselli. He's in, and it's 16-0 Pirates.
That's big time. What a route. I think the fans came here prepared too.
Yeah, there's confetti flying in the stands. It's the second version of Stomp the Yard, too, below us. It's great.
Yes. That was a great play call, too. Great routes, too, because you had the underneath there. I thought he was going to go that route, but great find there by Moses.
Extra point is up. It's almost blocked, but it's good. And the score now 17-0 with 7:08 to go here in the first half. Perry leading now by 3 scores here on CVC TV. Pellegrini Sports Cards next is actually live every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. Catch them all the time on their social media pages with exclusive hobby talk and interviews. Tuesdays at 7. That's the shows. You can tune in and interact with them during it. You can just search Greeny Sports Cards on all social media channels. That's Greeny, Greenie Sports Cards. And of course, there are links on the website, greenysportscards.com, for more information.
Score update for you from Cuyahoga Heights. They're facing Warren JFK, and after 1 quarter of play, Warren JFK up 14-7 against Cuyahoga Heights. Again, that story very interesting. The 9th seed taking out heavyweights on their way to this matchup here today. So good luck to Cuyahoga Heights, of course.
Coach Al Martin and company holding their own, and only down a score in that game against a really good Warren JFK team too. Impressed to see that as Perry on top of a good team here tonight in Streetsboro too. That kickoff gonna go down the right sideline and curtail out of bounds. That's where Gibson will let it go, and the ball will get placed at the 35-yard line for the Rockets, who talked about, it seems like there were turning points in the game double A where maybe they were starting to get some momentum on the offensive end because of their defense forcing a few turnovers. But then, obviously, Streetsboro turns it over themselves this last possession. Perry immediately capitalizes.
And it's, easier said than done, but you see the game plan defensively is, all right, we're going to make sure that Climax does not beat us on the ground and Council doesn't beat us on the ground. So now you're in the case here where the Burl, they're going to have to put it up.
It'll be a handoff to the Council, right side under center, and again, Perry just right there with a huge stop. And Savan was in there, Taylor was in there. Names you're going to hear and have heard all throughout the season and tonight.
Yes, you have, and names that were a part of the state championship run, you know, a year ago, which, if you ever talk to this Perry team about last year's state championship run, they don't want to discuss it.
No.
They are so zeroed in and locked in on their goals for this year.
And Coach Gesevich doesn't really talk about it ever. A new play coming in from the sideline for Streetsboro. So they're all in sync, I'll tell you that much. Everybody looked at the exact same time. Hand off Council, right side. He's got some room. Council breaks through. Council past midfield, still going. Council brought down past the 40-yard line, down near the 35.
And that's what you want to see clearly as an offense. However,
so there was a penalty that came in late. Holding, I believe, should be the call. It was announced initially by the head official here. The official call now. There it is. So added on a face mask against Perry. So now Streetsboro gonna get some additional help after that huge run by Council. And again, big momentum shift. Can Streetsboro capitalize?
And you got it. They have to. They have no choice. They want to get back into this football game.
It's 17-0 as we hit the halfway point of the second quarter. Perry's been able to dominate despite turning the ball over twice in this first half. The Pirates still hold a 3-score lead. Maybe a keeper for Climac, up the middle. Running through Climac, huge run for Climac, down to the 10, still pushing through and brought down inside the 10 to about the 70-yard line. Cohen Climac, you're starting to see why he's the engine that drives this Rockets team.
That is what was advertised. This, you know, you spread an offensive player out, get one guy out of the box, let Climac go to work.
Climac again in that shotgun, taking another play. He's got Council on his left hip. And this, the Rockets' first trip inside the red zone tonight. Gibson in motion. Keeper, Climac, middle. Brought down. Next to no gain for Cohen Climac. Perry's defensive line slamming the door shut on that run through the middle.
And again, there's just so much speed there, too. Everything has to operate perfectly. And if the handoff is not perfect, if it's off by just a second there, you got an issue. But Rockets, you got 3 more opportunities to punch this thing in.
Climac again in that shotgun. And taking a new play in from the sideline. Adjustments being made against this Perry defense. It's been so stifling today despite bending but not breaking. Throw, Climac looking, back shoulder, and that is incomplete. I did not see a flag come out. There was some jarring back and forth, probably holding on both sides if we're honest.
Yeah, that's a tough call.
At that point, maybe you just let them play. If both teams are holding, you just kind of, hey, it's going to offset anyway.
And it's all, you know, what the officials are looking for too. You know, ball placement. Is the defender playing the ball? Can the receiver get to the spot without interference? Duh, Anthony.
It was the ball kind of floated a little bit out there too, so some time.
So did my commentary. It was floating for a little bit. Then it came to a halt.
Gary Council, right side, breaks through, and he is in. Touchdown, Marcus Council. The sophomore gets in from 6 yards out. And Streetsboro not done yet.
That was a beautiful possession, great play. Had blockers open things up for Council and got it right in. And this is the goals when you play here in Burton. You score.
You want those? Yeah, you want the lights going on and off here.
So
So great run there for Marcus Council, finally breaking through. Now it'll be Logan Sadowski who will line up the extra point. Snap good, holding the weight, kick through the uprights, and it is good. So the score is 17-7. Looks like the Rockets have cut now into Perry's lead right here on CVC TV. Hey, have you ever had an unwanted guest in your home? Nope, not talking about my broadcast partner, AA.
No.
Never that. How about an unwanted wildlife guest? Okay, well, don't worry, we have you covered. Alpha Animal Removal is Northeast Ohio's #1 service for animal control. Get this, they even specialize in the exclusion or humane removal of things like bats. Yeah, I know it's past Halloween, but yeah, there's still bats hanging out in Northeast Ohio.
Yeah, you don't want those.
Definitely don't want that. So if you need your wildlife guest to be safely trapped and removed, visit alphaanimalremoval.com. That's alphaanimalremoval.com, and they have got you covered.
That was a great response by Streetsboro, and that was right after us, like, well, maybe they should abandon the run. But guess what? Nah, we're good. But again, you saw the penalty, the face mask penalty that helped the Rockets' case, but it's your job as a team to take full advantage. No apologies. And they did just that, and they're right back in this football game.
So it'll be Ashburn back there, as well as Chase Savant to return for Perry. But again, just kind of a squib kick near the left sideline. That's taken in. And getting past the 35-yard line down to about the 37 is the returner there for the Pirates, and that's where Walter Moses and company will head back onto the field.
Again, winner of this game will take on the winner of Glenville and Lake Catholic. And as of a minute ago, again, reported by Cleveland.com, Glenville up 13-0 over Lake Catholic. 9:26 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, just under 4.5 to go on our end, and Perry surrendering points for the first time tonight, looking to try and respond. They shut out Struthers last week. Defense played great. Can the offense get something going here? Moses looking, still rolling, dumps it off. That play's going to be short and incomplete. Was looking for Luke Savon there, but ball hits the turf. Second down on the way.
Yeah, and this Rockets team did a great job flushing Moses out of the pocket a little bit. Even though Savant could have, it would have been a tough play to make, but ball hitting the ground like you just said. Second down coming up.
Second down and 10.
On this chilly nights here in Burton. Hey, showers have been on and off. I mean, we've had some mist kind of rolling through, and kind of said maybe this is the curse of our broadcast for the Perry football team. Second time this year we've been able to be fortunate enough to call a Perry Pirates game, and rain both times.
No.
Go figure. Only the biggest games of the year, too. Little dump off screenplay. That one's caught. Hopkins turns upfield. He breaks through. Carter Hopkins, the 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. The speed of that young man. He goes 63 yards. Carter Hopkins. 6 more points for Perry.
You're going to see, too, the blocking that was really...
But hold the phone, a flag around the 17-yard line. Very, very late. Perry still celebrating like
they picked it up.
And there it is.
They picked up the flag.
Yeah, rare to see it so far down the field. Hopkins with his second receiving touchdown of the game. The running back making huge plays, and Perry responds immediately.
And you want to know when you see a championship level team, when your receivers are locked in, down the field, blocking, didn't help either that, the Rockets took a couple bad angles there defensively and couldn't account for the speed that Hopkins brought to the table.
What an amazing catch on a screen pass. Flag comes in. They're going to call that one against Perry.
Number 6, 5 yards.
So let the back up the extra point by 5 yards here.
And at this level, this is, you don't take these penalties for granted.
So it's another attempt at the PAT. 23-7 to score right now, looking for 24 of the Pirates. Snap good, hold down, kick on the way. It's up, plenty of leg, and it is good. 24-7 with 4:09 to go. Here in this first half, Perry immediately gets back on the board behind a 63-yard toss and catch touchdown for Carter Hopkins. What a play. Well, if you're looking to sell your home, let Woodlake Realty make you make the move and save big while you're at it. Right now, for a limited time, mention this ad and get your house listed for only 1.5%. That's one of the lowest interest rates in the market. That's expert service, full exposure, and more money in your pockets. Don't wait. Call Woodlake Realty today and let us make selling your home a breeze. Remember, just mention this ad for the special 1.5% listing offer. Woodlake Realty, where your move matters. You can find more info, too, up at their website, www.woodlakere.com.
I don't know if Carter Hopkins is on their track team. He should be.
Well, there's some coaches that are most likely recruiting him now as we talk, if he's not. I'll tell you what.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. Untouched, by the way, too. Carter Hopkins caught a screen pass. That play is designed as a bailout. Maybe you get a handful of yards, live to fight another down.
At
Hopkins,
best, you get a first down.
yes. The blocking works out. Everyone pulls correctly. You get that first down. But Hopkins turned that into a 63-yard touchdown and was not touched. Wow. Kickoff back, and we take it in. Here for Streetsboro, working right side, cutting back through middle. There's a hole. Breaking back down past the 35.
Council the ball carrier brought down by McCoon. It'll be first.
Good return there for Council, who came up a little bit limp on that. He's holding that left leg for a moment. We'll see if Marcus Council is going to be okay and stay out there. And I'm assuming he will.
Yeah, get down with 24-7. And again, just, got to consider, too, a lot of these players, play both ways and multiple phases of special teams, too.
Council able to jog back out. He's in the slot. Owen Klimek, first down, fakes the screen pass, under pressure, throws. That one's caught on the screen on the right side. Cut through now is Gibson. Gibson gets brought down. Ball came out late. And it looks like Gibson was able to corral it again and keep it. So no turnover, instead just a first down.
I wonder if that was McCoon that initially stripped the ball, or whoever it was.
Yeah, but nevertheless, it's going to stay with the Rockets here.
Remember back when we had them against Kirtland, Luke Savant had a critical strip with Jake Laverty, had a big run early in that game. And they teach that. They teach those strip plays.
Here's Council, gets ahead of steam, brought down. Great tackle on the inside. That was Darion Howard who got there and laid the wood down on Council, who got a running start on that carry, but really couldn't get much out of it.
Yeah, and that's huge. And again, this Rockets team, they have an opportunity. I believe they're going to start with the football in the second half. So this is a chance here if they can get a sustained drive going. I would imagine you're going all in for a touchdown. Even if you settle for a field goal, you're going to get the ball back.
As Klimek gets that carry, he's bouncing off the left side, still on his feet. Klimek past the first down. That's where he'll get stopped. Eventually torn down by a host of defenders. Hopkins also in there too, making the stop. One of the lead tacklers on that, but it's a first down for the Rockets, and again, moving the football now down the field.
You cannot deny the agility, the quickness of Klimek there, and he does a good job too. Hopefully, knock on wood, he does a good job protecting the football, keeping both hands on the ball.
It's been impressive to this point. Colin Klimek, like we said, we know why. This team puts so much on his shoulders. Council gets the carry on the right side. This is the play that scored a touchdown earlier. This time he gets about 3 yards. Second down on the way.
Also out of that formation, Rockets nearly had a big passing play. One of their receivers dropped the ball. And it's just those little things, it's just, the things that Streetsboro's been taking advantage of throughout the season against their opponents, and get a little taste of their own medicine here in this contest.
Now 2 minutes to go in this first half. 24-7, Perry on top of Streetsboro here on CVC TV. Division 4, Region 13. Regional semifinal. Klimek fakes the pass, runs up the middle. He's in here. Huge hit. Holds on to that football. Double A talked about it. He's been able to take some big shots and not lose possession. Saves possession right there for the Rockets. Third down on the way.
That was risky too, defensively, because it was all man across the board, with receivers and DBs. They kept everyone in the box. Not the look that Streetsboro was looking for.
Yeah, Perry definitely taking some chances on the defensive end with some pressure here. And again, looking to pass. He's going to roll out to his right. He's under pressure. Not a lot of room over there. Klimek turns, throws. It is incomplete. No, this thing is caught.
Pass intended for
I thought one of the officials ruled incomplete, and then
They're going to give him, I think they're going to call that a catch double.
Out of bounds. Defense number 0.
Oh, wow.
15-yard previous spot.
So I think you're right, partner. I think it was an incomplete play, but there was a late hit that came through, and that's going to bail out the Rockets here and give them a huge first down 15 yards down the field.
that penalty overrules anything that happened there, because I thought initially the ball skipped short, but you're right. That penalty overrides what just happened. And an opportunity for the Rockets. Remember the first time Streetsboro scored, it was off, the face mask penalty that Perry's defense committed.
Yeah, kept them alive and moved them even further down the field and got them into that spot to pound it in. Keeper again climbing back up the middle, jumps over the line, and he's brought down. A great job on the inside right there for Perry. That was Chuck Thomas who was able to get a hold of the waist of Climac and spin him down. I think he actually may have lost the yard.
Man, listen, I don't mean to be that guy. I've seen too many players leave their feet, try to jump.
Just go down.
No.
Not an offense.
I understand. And the crazy thing, none of these players actually watched John Elway do it in the Super Bowl.
I don't want to see anyone helicopter. I'm good with that. Everyone stay grounded if you can. That'd be great. 28 seconds to go in this first half. Climac looking to pass under pressure. Steps up, throws. He's got a receiver. It's caught. It's Council. Council turns upfield, spins through, dives. He's close. And he's going to be out at the 2-yard line. Great job by Council to get out of bounds, I believe, too. So 18 seconds. A couple of timeouts still for the Rockets if they needed to take one, but huge play for Streetsboro.
Great job by Climac, too, just, staying patient, waiting for the play to develop. Found Council there. And look, Streetsboro has the exact drive that they want. They just got to close out with a touchdown.
We talk about Climac's been more attuned to obviously run those plays, as they will take one of those timeouts here. Streetsboro will, to kind of talk about this next play here. But we've seen him more or less focus on the run in those situations. This time you mentioned bought a little time, found a little out pass, a little bailout to the running back there and Council, and ends up being a huge game.
And it goes to show you that, again, the Streetsboro coaching staff led by Pete Thompson, their coach, they're well coached. You can see it. They have 4 minutes left when this drive started, and their number one objective, the number one goal, was to ensure that Perry did not get the football back before halftime. And if they can score here, it makes it a 24-14 game, and then they get the ball back to start the second half. I mean, this score is going to be a lot closer than it is right now if Streetsboro can finish the job.
Yep, so running back to the coach there for a moment, getting one more.
And Perry took that timeout just a bit ago. So Streetsboro has 2 timeouts. So
you can
run the ball. Yeah,
oh, yeah, 100%.
You can run, yeah.
I would almost imagine they will, barring anything unforeseen.
You can even run to the perimeter and eat up clock if you wanted to.
It will be a keeper. Climac working inside, trying to find his way through, and he's in. Touchdown, Cohen Climac. He finds his way through, and it's 24-13 now.
Fantastic drive by Streetsboro. Fantastic drive. And again, 2 straight drives, though, helped by penalties, critical penalties. But it was the Rockets that finished the job both times, and they closed the gap.
Sadowski going to line up the extra point again. Snap good, hold, kick on the way is up, and it is through. 24-14 with 13 seconds to go in this first half right here. Great Lakes Cheese Stadium, CVC TV playoff matchup. Regional semifinal, Division 4, Region 13. Perry still leading by 10 AA, but now the Rockets with some momentum again.
And like we mentioned, they're going to get the football, or they're scheduled to get the football to start the second half. So I would imagine with only 13 seconds, let's see how this kickoff goes. If Perry can get a decent return, maybe you'll see a play or two, but if not, it wouldn't surprise me if they went into halftime with this lead.
You have an embarrassment of riches at quarterback. We don't see that too much from some of these teams throughout, where you have someone that can throw the ball 50 yards through the air, and Moses is definitely one of those guys that can make those huge long-distance plays. And
That's why this return is important.
Yes.
That's why. Let's see what Streetsboro decides to do. Hopefully they kick it deep, but if they decide to do another pooch kick here, if they end up getting the ball, Perry, at like the 40-yard line with 10 seconds left,
and a timeout.
Yep.
Perry still has an ability to make a play down the field and try and get something out of that. And it will be another one of those chop kicks. It's taken at the 30-yard line and out of bounds at the 33, 34. So 10 seconds.
10 seconds on the nose.
So you do have an option here with Perry. You could run essentially a normal play here. Try and get 5, 10, 15 yards. Then all bets are off. You can take a shot if you wanted to end the first half.
Well, you know what, though? But even with that decision with Streetsboro, the difference of 10 yards, because I thought that kick was going to go to the 40. And it only went to the 34. So I know it's only a 6-yard difference, but that's enough here defensively where you just need to keep everything in front of you.
We definitely see there's one big play team that we see that can make plays down the field. It is definitely the Perry Pirates. Look at those 2 touchdown passes from Walter Moses. Huge plays.
Mm-hmm.
Play blown dead. I think maybe did someone call a timeout?
Streetsboro.
Yeah, Streetsboro did. They wanted to see the look.
See the look.
That's why they kept those timeouts. You never know. Yeah, Perry was in the shotgun, and they were probably going to go for something there. So
Smart. Remember, earlier in the game, Coach Thompson did the exact same thing.
10 seconds.
As
the game clock will get reset to 10.
he did the exact same thing earlier
Thank you.
and held Perry to a field goal. You know, so it's just the chess matches, you know, both of these coaches.
Oh, when you get to this level, too, and at this
Unbelievable.
point of the season, you talk about the strength. I mean, these two teams are combined, I believe, 23-1. So, I mean, yeah, you're going to get a lot of back and forth, and coaching definitely matters in these moments. How you respond, how you handle certain situations.
And Perry's only loss this year was in triple overtime against Kirtland.
By 1 point.
By 1 point.
Still, by the way, after this game, if you guys want to catch it and watch that back, phenomenal game.
Yeah.
It was one of the best games you're ever going to see, period.
But let's see here if they can get the. We'll see.
McCoon going to get it on a direct snap-ish handoff, and he's going to break through down to the 42-yard line. And the clock's going to run out, and that's how we end the first half. 24-14 is the score. The Perry Pirates lead the visiting Streetsboro Rockets. I mean, at this point, they're both kind of visiting. We're at a neutral site.
Neutral site, both 24 miles away from their home state.
Honestly, it's insane. It really is. But with that, we will take a timeout on our end, of course, get ourselves together. We'll get you more updates, of course, throughout the CVC to 2 other teams, Kirtland and Cuyahoga Heights, in action tonight, as well as the winner of the other game who will face the winner of this one. We'll have updates throughout for Lake Catholic and Glenville as well in the second half. And, of course, second half action right here from Great Lakes G Stadium in Burton, Ohio. 24-14 to score. Back after this.
Look at those lights.
So pretty.
Have you ever had an unwanted guest? No, not your ex, not your neighbor. I'm talking about an animal that belongs outside that you find inside your home. Well, guess what? Alpha Animal Removal will take care of all of that for you. From trapping and removal to animal damage repair to prevention screening and more. Alpha Animal Removal will ensure your unwelcome guest stays out. So the next time you need to trap or remove your unwanted wildlife guest, go to alpha-animal-removal.com.
Think you have what it takes to be a sports broadcaster if you have a passion for sports. Ohio Media School can train you in just 8 short months to be an announcer, host, radio personality, and so much more. Get paid to talk sports, flexible class schedule, hands-on training and financial aid for those who qualify. Start your career now by visiting us online at beonair.com or call 3-112-884-8000.
tonight is Marshmallow's highest charting hit in both the UK and the US. Collaborating with indie pop band The Steels, this song holds the record for the most weeks spent on the US Dance Electronic Songs chart. Here is Happier. Was recorded by pop sensation Taylor Swift. Featuring trumpet soloist Cameron Wiggins and Braden Posek, we present from the album Red. Here is I Knew You Were Trouble. We hope that you enjoyed our performance tonight. The Marching Rockets would like to wish both the Perry and Streetsboro community a safe, fun, and productive school year. Let's hear it for the 2024 Streetsboro Marching Rockets. We would like to thank the Streetsboro Band Boosters, the Streetsboro City Schools Administration, and the Streetsboro community for their support. Go Rockets!
And now, here they come. Please welcome the Perry High School Marching Band. Well, the band is getting ready to take you into the past, back to 2011. Do you remember any of your favorite songs? Well, the band is ready to jog your memory. So dust off your MP3 player and get ready. We begin with a hit song by Katy Perry that was released in 2010 but became very popular in 2011. The song reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart and was certified 12 times platinum. We hope you enjoy our version of this inspirational hit, Firework. Are you starting to remember? Do you know that a new series was released on HBO in 2011 called Game of Thrones, and Mr. Ruska and Mrs. Singer were in their 3rd year of teaching? In addition to that, LMFAO released a song that became a single of all time in the country of Australia and 3rd in the United States. Here is Party Rock Anthem. Fun facts from 2011. Series was first introduced. The Curiosity rover landed on Mars. Internet memes were entering their golden age. And the band Fun released a single, We Are Young. It quickly became very popular and was released at #1 in many countries. We hope you enjoy We Are Young. Under the direction of Brad Rush, Assistant Director Ken Miller and Beth Singer, Color Guard Advisor Hannah Wise, and Indirect Advisor Deborah Stevens. We hope you have enjoyed tonight's show, and we thank you for your applause and attention.
Welcome back in, folks. The score at halftime, 24-14. The Perry Pirates with a 10-point lead as we get ready for the third quarter here on CVC TV. Matchup in the Division 4 Region 13 regional semifinal. Again, a 10-point lead over Streetsboro. Perry AA played a pretty solid first half. A couple of turnovers didn't really affect them too much, but Streetsboro found their footing really in that second quarter, and they were able to inch back and make this a 10-point game.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't look now, but I think you hit it spot on. Like, Streetsboro's figured some things out. They figured out, of course, with Climac and with Council, being able to run the football. Of course, I would imagine the message at halftime with Coach Geswitz and with Perry is like, we've had 2 critical turnovers in both scoring drives that Streetsboro had. And this is to be a completely different ball game if that didn't happen. But other than that, you know, Perry, an unbelievable first half, of course, what they could bring to the table offensively. Crazy.
A couple of huge touchdown strikes, actually 3 passing touchdowns for Walter Moses in that first half. 2 of them to the running back, Carter Hopkins, who made a couple big plays throughout the frame on offense and some plays on defense, too. And then obviously the pass through for Brody Petroselli. That was a great route that led Perry to get those points. And again, we talked about from the Streetsboro side of things, step away. Cohen Climac starting to get some room, starting to make some plays with his legs. And also Marcus Council really starting to show up and make some big plays.
He's doing a great job, Kyle. You're 100% right. I think Council, you know, hell, he's only a sophomore, by the way, so he's going to be a part of this program, God willing, for a long, long time here. I mean, you got something going here. It's interesting. Last week, it was Perry's defense that had to step up and win this football game. This week, the offense is coming through, but this drive coming up with Streetsboro getting the football first. This make or break time, honestly, knowing what the score is. And can you imagine if the Rockets are able to get the ball back, able to get the score, and you wouldn't know it, but it'll be a 3-point game. That's playoff football for you.
I mean, it's one of the reasons why all these teams are here for a reason. And we know Streetsboro, of course, undefeated, 12-0, coming in to this matchup today. The first time in school history they've been able to get to this point and have 0 blemishes on that schedule. Can they keep it that way? Can they find a way to come back and win this game, or will Perry move on and continue their aspirations to try to go back-to-back for state championships in different divisions?
Yeah, which is nuts. Again, this region, Region 13 is loaded. You know, we talk about 2 defending state champions. You got, you know, this undefeated Streetsboro team who's phenomenal. And, of course, Lake Catholic, they're their #1 seeds. Real quick, give you a few scoring updates before we start the second half. Speaking of this region, Glenville up 13-0 at halftime. These are all halftime scores. 13-0 at the half over Lake Catholic. Kirtland up over Columbia 34-0 at halftime. And then Cuyahoga Heights, they're down right now at half, but it's close against Warren JFK. 13-7 is the halftime score. So, close game. You know, that's a close game. The Kirtland game is not a close game.
They've just been able to, I tell you what, you talk about being able to adjust to injuries and things not going as planned. If there's any more credit we can give to Kirtland and Coach Laverty and company out there, obviously losing Jake earlier in the season, halfway through week 6, and a couple of different other guys missing some time as well, and they've been able to roll through and almost show they've gotten stronger throughout the year, which is unbelievable to think about when you lose your top winningest quarterback of all time in program history as a junior. I mean, it's crazy to think about what that team has been able to do, but
amazing. Also, real quick to pass along, Division I, Mentor up against McKinley 3-0 at half.
That score looks familiar to this Perry team down there.
Yes, it does.
2 really good teams, too, over in Division I, too, with Mentor and Ken McKinley.
This is going to be a very interesting first drive here for Streetsboro. If they could close the gap here on this scoreboard, it's going to be huge for this Rockets team to build that confidence.
Council and Gibson both back to return this kickoff from Buhner as he boots it away, and we're underway in the third quarter. Over the head of Gibson, it goes for a touchback.
Shockingly enough, we have not seen many touchbacks at all this season on CVC TV.
Well, told you, Logan Buhner has a foot down there, possibly made of some sort of metal. I can't confirm yet, but
and we will not look into that.
We will not pry any further into that. So here we go. It's going to be 1st and 10 from their own 20 for the Rockets. And as the mist continues to fall through this mid-November evening. No snow yet, knock on wood, we're happy about that, but still chilly out there.
If you move on, be ready for that element, though.
Is finally going to keep it himself up the middle, and he's going to get brought down. Submarine tackle down there for Perry. A fantastic job right there by Chuck Thomas, who just went low and kept those hands up, pulled down the quarterback. He actually lost a yard on the play.
And that's one of the adjustments there, which you were starting to see in the second quarter, was the offensive lineman for Streetsboro starting to win those matchups. What they've tried to do as well is spread the defense out, have less guys in that box. You might kind of see that here.
So Council has, or I should say Climac has Council on his left hip. He's got Janier Cook on the other side. And it is a pitch. Cook working left side, trying to find some space. There's a wall of defenders there, and he can go nowhere. A great job by Perry just to kind of form a legitimate wall on that side of the field, and just nowhere for and Cook to find a way through.
Well, it was wall against wall, to be perfectly honest, because, I give full credit to Streetsboro. They sent multiple guys over there to try to win the numbers battle, but Perry was locked in and ready. Almost want to surprise Perry a little bit there, keep him off balance, some counters, kind of some reverses.
Council motion, it's an option. Looking to pass, now looking to run again. Council under pressure. I should say rather Climac under pressure. Throws back foot. It's going to be caught, but he slid down. And that was number 23 for Streetsboro who made the play there.
Well,
that's Adrian Monroe, and that's going to force a 4th down.
Sorry about that, Kyle. His top option that he was looking for, Thompson took that away. Up in the middle, took that away. Now, the Rockets going for it here on 4th down.
Interesting decision, 4th and 4.
I don't think it's necessary for them to do this.
And there you go, yeah.
I understand.
Climac backing up the punt a little bit, and he will. Remember, he does handle those as well. No one's back to return it. The ball's going to pop down and take a Perry bounce to the 45-yard line. Council downs it there, and that's where the Pirates will take over. And hey, you know what? Be the safest option. Yeah, we'll just send everybody and just let the punt drop where it drops.
You're playing mental games. It's all mental games. You try to get that little advantage. But good possession for Perry defensively.
Able to get him to go out here. So it's going to be 1st and 10 on their own 45-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter for the Pirates. Remember, they opened the game with an end-around run to Jimmy Ashburn that resulted in a fumble. Looking to start this half off better. Be a fake. Moses taking a shot down the middle of the field. It's a line drive throw that's incomplete. And the flag comes in late.
Yep.
Savon with a great route down the right side.
That pull of the jersey there late.
Oh.
That honestly probably prevented a touchdown.
Tell you what, maybe you just take that penalty at that point, Double A.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Luke Savon and shot out of a cannon. And he had his defensive back beat by a good chunk there.
Yeah, he did. Remember, for those who are just joining us, who weren't with us during the pregame, Luke Savon had a hamstring situation in practice. And, the coaching staff, they weren't even sure if he was going to play. Was he only going to play on the defensive side of the ball? But they opened on offense. Savon's been in for most of the snaps this game. He's been putting in work.
Darion Howard with the carry on the right side. He'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage.
Real quick to go back to the pass interference. We're not advocates of hey, you should fully play clean football at all times. It's a playoff game. Sometimes, again, you got to do what you got to do.
Hey,
again, it's not a spot foul either.
Well, what's the worst that can happen? Okay, 15 yards on a penalty. The actual worst that can happen is I don't touch him. He gets in for the touchdown.
Yes.
Then we're in trouble. As Moses looks to pass, he's going to roll out to his right. Still looking, he'll take off. Moses slips but keeps his balance and gets down by around the 35-yard line.
Man, my goodness. There's a reason why he's up for awards. News Herald, big awards there. He is a special football player.
Well, that throw a couple plays ago, too. That was a dart. 50 yards down the field. Look at that ball. The hang time didn't feel like it was in the air that long.
If it wasn't for the PI, that's a score.
Yeah.
that pass was on the money.
Well, we talked about a couple of these guys. Obviously, Moses, one of them. Will Randall, too, over at Madison. There's a couple quarterbacks that can just sling it in the CVC, and we're getting spoiled by some of these amazing throws.
But you also see on that last play, Moses can deliver on the ground as well. Has an offensive line who can assist with that, his operation.
Pass back to pass again. Moses steps up, throws. It is caught. Tomasek down to the 21. Ball is down, and Streetsboro has it. Oh, and they're going to call it a fumble.
How about that?
Now, we haven't seen them officially point that way yet, but I'll tell you what, they do. They give it to the Rockets. Wow.
Listen, the officials threw that fumble flag out immediately.
Yeah.
So it was obvious Streetsboro had the ball. Finishing the play. Remember, unless you're talking about the state championship, there's no reviews in high school football. So that's a clean fumble right there.
Wow. It was a great catch by Tomasek, working back up the middle of the field from the bottom of your screen. And
he didn't survive the catch.
Oh, yeah, he caught it, went forward, lost it.
So what, 3 plays after the pass interference, Streetsboro gets the ball back.
Yeah, Klimek back in that shotgun. Council in motion. It'll be a keeper for Klimek, and again, he just has nowhere to go at the middle of that field. He got tackled by 4 or 5 different Perry defenders in there.
Unless the Rockets are able to get Perry's defenders out of that box, it's tough.
There's been nothing really in the pass game that we've seen besides maybe a dump off here or there that has made Perry think, hey, we need to worry about the passing game. I wonder maybe if there's some tricks, some drawn-up plays ready for that for the Rockets. Second down, and there it is. Klimek looking to pass, going to step up. He's under pressure, rolling through, and he's going to get brought down at the 25-yard line. So that went from a possible loss to a gain. Good job by Cohen Klimek to get some positive yards on that play.
Yeah, you're right. Great job by him and not trying to force anything. I'll tell you, these defenders are locking in man-to-man situations. They're locking in. Maybe Klimek could have took a shot, but you do run the risk of a turnover against these defenders.
And it's a third down. About 7:45 to go in this third quarter. It's 24-14. Perry on top of Streetsboro. Rockets trying to convert a third down. Direct snap to Klimek. He'll run up the field, getting a push from this offensive line. Still going.
I think he might have got it, Kyle.
I think he did. After the push, he did.
He was driving a little bit. This offensive line, the second effort, they're going to give him the first.
Yeah, get those legs churning and burning, and that's going to move the chains.
Very impressive there by Streetsboro. Just that opportunity, that second effort.
And the physicality of this team, we know. And you don't go 12-0 by accident.
No. And maybe that's what they were reminded during the halftime break. It was like, listen, yes, we haven't been here in this score scenario before, but we know how to win football games. Just got to come through and find a way.
Council again in motion. This time we'll get the handoff. Council working left side. Pushing through. Council still on his feet. Eventually going to get torn down. Flag comes in.
Oh,
another flag comes after. Was that a face mask possibly? He was pulled down by that face mask step away, so that could be against Perry, and that could be another huge penalty against the Pirates.
Tell you what, though, that was an impressive lead block. I believe it was Tyler Curtis.
Personal foul. Grasping the face mask.
Yeah, so there you go. 15 yards, and that was a first down run already, so essentially that counts for 25 yards of movement there for Streetsboro in the right direction, and Perry again now going to have to face some pressure from this offense on the Streetsboro side because they're moving.
And again, their line, Curtis, number 70, he was pushing up the gut, kind of set things up for Council, and they're on the move.
A bit of a shifting of the play there as Council now goes to the left tip of Klimek. He's going to keep it. Klimek working left side, lowers the shoulder, and he's kind of chipping away with those really short yardage runs. About 2 more there.
But they're staying at it. Like, even if it is 2 or 3 at best 4-yard gains there. They're still doing it. So at some point, you got a defense that no matter how talented and good they are, they're going to wear down.
Just keep hitting them over and over again. 2nd and long coming up for the Rockets.
First getting the plays from the sidelines.
One of the most in-tune teams I've ever seen is Council gets the handoff, left side, head of steam, lowers the shoulder, gets down for a gain of about 4.
See, this is how I know now that the Rockets are feeling confident, because they have tried that play all game long. And remember, initially when they ran that play, they were losing yards. And then they would only get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they're getting 3-4 yards on the perimeter. They have this defense here. It's wearing itself down a little bit.
3rd and 5, 5:25 to go in this 3rd quarter. Rockets trying to convert another 3rd down. Fake on a screen pass. Pressure throw in the ground, incomplete.
Was he in the box?
I think he was outside of there. It was incomplete. And he was rolling out to his left. Gibson was in the vicinity on a screen play. The ball bounced at Gibson's feet, so that's going to be 4th down. No penalty there for intentional grounding. And I imagine Streetsboro's going to go for that.
Of course the Perry fans agree. I'm kidding. One of them just turned to the box. Right there into the press box.
4th down and manageable.
Got a man open.
Throwing, receiver, it's caught. It's Gibson who stays in bounds, turns upfield, and eventually gets pushed out inside the 20-yard line. What a catch right there by Manny Gibson.
Gibson was uncovered for the entirety of that route. And great find and taking advantage of an adversity here. And Perry's going through it right now. Again, you had a successful offensive drive. You had the fumble. And the Rockets
starting to put some things together, Double A.
They are.
Starting to see the pass game come a little bit now, too. That's a huge play to give confidence to your senior quarterback. Gibson in motion, he gets the handoff. Gibson working left side, trying to break through, still spinning through tackles. Gibson still on his feet and eventually going to get torn down. Down and run the 11-yard line, so 5 yards right there for Manny Gibson.
Again, another impressive run. They're still upset. Some of the fans are still upset about the
intentional grounding call.
The non-intentional grounding call. You got to respond now defensively, because the Rockets have an opportunity to close the gap.
And clock's still ticking. 4.5 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. Streetsboro trying to get back on the board again. Handoff inside, and inside the 10 as Council moves it for a gain of a few more. So it's going to be 3rd and short. They can get a 1st down without having to score here.
And they could, if they don't convert on this 3rd down, they could kick the field goal.
Yeah, they could, but what's the fun of that?
I think all these coaches play Madden. They don't they don't kick the extra points anymore for the field goals.
Handoff, Council right side, lowering the shoulder. He's going to get brought down at around the...
That looks like a favorable spot.
Yeah, 6-yard line. That's around where they needed to get. And I think it is going to be a 1st down. Well, they're moving away with the chains there, so it will be 1st and goal. They're going to mark them down at the 5. Good spot for Streetsboro. So clock continues to tick away, but the Rockets are inching closer to making this a 1-possession game, Double A.
And I have to imagine, I believe we're in double digits as far as number of plays in this drive.
Oh, yes. It's been a lot on this Perry defense. They're going to flip the play now. Council giving that right hit. Maybe a keeper for Klimek. He's got some blockers. Klimek working the side, and he scores.
Wow.
Colin Klimek was patient, went down the right side, took the box, and went in for 6.
There was no one home. So the opposite happened. They kept everyone in the box, and this time the Rockets bounced outside. So they took full advantage of the turnover, went right down. It is, again, we're on the home side. It is stunned silence here on the Perry side because the Rockets can make this a 3-point game.
Extra point is up, and it is good. 24-21 the score. How about that? Perry's lead shrunk to 3 right now on CVC TV. Now, looking to buy, sell, trade, or repair your ATVs and equipment? Look no further than Hobby Motorsports and Equipment. They offer top deals and expert repairs for all your motorsport needs. Whether you're upgrading or need a quick fix, their team has got you covered. You visit them on Facebook, just search Hobby Motorsports and Equipment, or go to their store at 7935 Euclid Chardon Road in Kirtland. That's Hobby Motorsports and Equipment, your trusted source for all things ATV and equipment.
Perry's got to find a way to overcome adversity now. I mean, that was an amazing drive for Streetsboro.
The other thing, too, Perry still has this 3-point lead.
Mm-hmm.
The offense has been able to move the ball fairly regularly. It's been the turnovers that have stymied some of these drives, kind of similar to last week against Struthers, where we saw multiple plays and multiple possessions fall short in the red zone, inside the 10-yard line even because of fumbles. I mean, that's been one of the big unfortunate things. It's maybe an onside kick. That was
a tight kickoff formation.
Taken in. I mean, great job right there receiving that kick. That was, I believe, number 60 for Perry who got in there. And it fell on that ball.
It's, again, interesting situation.
We don't have a 60 on the roster, so how about that? But a great job nevertheless, because that ball came in quick.
Somebody left their jersey at home.
It would not be the first time.
Not the first.
We have seen that this year.
We've talked to coaches.
All right, so 1st and 10 for Perry in great field position now. Near midfield. Can they hold on to the ball and try and span that lead back again? They're up by 3 right now.
DBs are playing off a little bit. Watch for the pressure from the linebackers.
Maybe a quick pass from Moses as he rolls out to his right. Gonna hold on to it a little bit. Throw, there it is. Dump off. It's caught. And really not much to do on that right side for Howard.
I mean, if you're a Streetsboro fan right now, like it feels like since, I would say since the second score before half, like it feels like this is your football game, even though the score is what it is. Because they were down so much.
Well, so much on the line. Not only then, but obviously it's a playoff game.
Playoff game, legacy, all that stuff that goes into it.
But Streetsboro's 12-0. They've built this season so strongly, and they haven't lost it. They want to keep that going. Snap here for the receiver. He's got a wide open target. It's going to go. 20-10-5. Touchdown Ashburn. No one was there. And Jimmy Ashburn gets in for 6. Great job by Moses. He extended the play. Ashburn makes the big catch.
To think Moses was within reach of being sacked back there, and he finds a wide open Ashburn. And we were just talking about the momentum, how it's all shifted over to the Rockets, and in a blink of an eye, the Pirates figured things out.
Unbelievable play.
Championship mentality.
Jimmy Ashburn just snuck behind the defense and was wide open, and it was just a matter of doing a moonwalk into the end zone there. It's a fake. Bad snap, and that could be costly later.
Never had control of the snap.
That's not good, as that opens the door now. So it's going to remain a 9-point game, 30-21. Perry holds on. Still to a 2-score game, so you like that, but you want to obviously make sure execution-wise you're getting things done on that level. Hey, a presenting sponsor, of course, as always for us on CVC TV is the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. Their specialties include dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com.
Boy, how playoff games can swing, right?
That's the 4th passing touchdown of the night for Walter Moses.
Amazing.
He's been able to just light it up. He has the one interception that was a tip. That ended up, it was in his receiver's hands. He got knocked out. Other than that, he's been nearly flawless tonight, AA.
And this is what you expect from him. And again, I almost feel bad because, like, you know, Walter Moses is so consistently good that sometimes he doesn't get the recognition that he deserves.
State champion starting quarterback, and this roster is fantastic. That ball going to go over the head of Gibson again and back through the end zone. Another touchback. So nice. We did it twice here in the third quarter.
How about that?
2:26 to go in the third. 30-21. Perry on top by 9 here in this regional semifinal. Division 4, Region 13. Possibly one of the toughest regions in all of the state. What a game tonight.
Defense searching for answers, this Perry Pirates. But tell you what, this is an interesting look here to start. 5 wide to open things up for the Rockets.
Klimek gonna spread them out. Trips to the top of your screen, 2 receivers at the bottom.
Now that doesn't mean that Council, number 20, may not be motioned inside.
And he's in the slot, and good call, Double-A. There he goes. Going to be a keeper for Klimek. He's got a hole right side. Here we go. Klimek turns the corner. He's past the 40, still going and out of bounds. 46-yard line. That's a huge 26-yard run for Klimek.
That motion made a huge difference. Because again, you're moving defenders away from your intended running lane.
And Council's been able to get some good gains off of those carries as well now, especially in the second half. So you almost have to respect it too much, and that's where Klimek can pull that ball back and take off because he's got wheels.
And they got this defense on skates at the moment. Again, you always got to watch that even when you have multiple guys. You got now 4 up top.
Council again in motion. Keeper for Klimek up the middle, working through. He's playing through the ball. Looked like maybe it came out. A helmet came off too in there, but Klimek able to pull that one back in.
Big man doing work. Buzzak there, 76. His helmet came off, but he made the play.
Just a crazy turn of events here as the offenses are really starting to light things up. 2 minutes to go in this third quarter, and Streetsboro again got some momentum on the offensive end.
And every play, you got to obviously watch 7, but you got to watch 20. You got to watch where these guys are.
There goes Council again. Play blown dead. Was there a timeout? And there was. Streetsboro takes it. Their first timeout of this second half. And we talk about playing the chess game, Double-A. That could be huge when you're talking about a close game here at Great Lakes Cheese Stadium between Streetsboro and Perry. Now looking to break into the exciting world of broadcasting, film, or digital media, the Ohio Media School here in Cleveland offers hands-on training in TV and radio broadcasting, audio production, sports broadcasting, and more. Their real-world approach, taught by industry professionals, ensures you're job-ready in just about 8 months. Located conveniently over in Valley View, their Cleveland campus is your gateway to a rewarding career in media. Visit BeyondAir.com to start your journey today. All right. Team is back onto the field. 2nd and 8. Ball near midfield for the Rockets. Trying to respond after Perry threw another heavyweight shot.
I think we're about to do at some point big man number 44 on McCoon defensively. Eyeing to make a big play.
It is going to be a keeper for Klimek up the middle. He breaks through and gets down. Japone got there and stopped that from getting even more yards. Looks like they're going to be just short of the first down marker, Double-A, about maybe a half a yard away.
This offensive line are doing a great job of getting these linebackers kind of sealed in, defenders sealed in the front 7. But an opportunity here, and it's 3rd and short.
Klimek again in that shotgun, going to keep it. Going inside, Klimek goes through, he's going to have the first down. He got slammed through, though. That was Taylor that came in late and laid the boom on him, but it was about a yard too late. This is going to be a first down for the Rockets.
Yeah, I think he'll take it. I don't think he'll have an issue taking that punishment. This offensive line putting on a clinic here in this third quarter.
Fantastic showing. Now a minute to go in this third frame. Rockets trying to battle back again. This time it's Gibson in motion. It's a fake. It's a handoff to Council. Council works through. He gets torn down. There's Owen McCoon with a huge tackle.
There he is. You're waiting for 44 to have an opportunity on McCoon to make that big play.
Double-A Council slow to get up here, and he got smacked by Owen McCoon. And That can take the breath out of you. Hopefully Council's okay. That was a tough shot. And he's able to get up now, and he's going to slowly, gingerly limp off the field here. Good to see young man up. But you talked about it. You're kind of waiting for McCoon to make a play on that defensive end. We know he can do some things on the offensive side of the ball too, but defense is where he's really made his home.
Yes, he has. And we have seen it time and time again over the years, covering McCoon, covering Perry these last few years. Senior, he handles business, on offense, but his mainstay is the defensive side of the ball. Even when he's been hurt a little bit and you have to limit the snaps, he comes through as the leader of the defense.
Seems to always make a play when it matters most. 2nd down and 10. Going to be a throw through the middle and complete off the hands of the intended receiver down there. That was Janier Cook. Couldn't make the play. 3rd down on the way.
Now, Council being out of the game currently, even him just not being on the field is big, because that's one less guy you got to account for defensively pre-snap.
Yeah, Trace Herman has been checked in now. He plays mostly defense. He's a senior, number 21, so you'll see him take that role. Also, we know too, Gibson has the ability to run that football if they so choose. Can't forget about Cook as well. Climack under pressure. He's going to step up in the pocket, and he's going to get brought down. Great defense right there. Andrew Smith, one of the tacklers. Also Chuck Thomas down through. A sack Climack, and a huge, huge stop on 3rd.
An amazing pressure to close out the 3rd quarter.
30-21, that's it as we head into the 4th. Right here on CVC TV, 9-point lead for Perry, and on the other side, it's going to be 4th and a mile for Streetsboro.
And again, that last play is a clear illustration, without Council being out there on the field, because there were so many, we saw it on the drive, lining up in 5 wide, lining up in 4 wide, moving Council in pre-snap in the motion, and then Climack is driving in. You're taking away the running lanes that would be there, because all Streetsboro wants to do is clear people out from the lane. That's huge for Council to not be in.
Oh, it's going to be 4th and 20 from their own 47-yard line now for the Rockets as we start the 4th quarter action here from Great Lakes G Stadium. Great Hopes, of course, home of the Berkshire Badgers, who had their own playoff run this year.
Yeah, they did a great job. Of course, we were here for their playoff game 2 weeks ago.
And Chagrin Falls obviously got the win there in that one. Did Berkshire. Building a program over here too. Love to see it from Coach DeWeese and company.
And again, only the year 3 of this stadium being open.
Great Lakes Cheese Stadium here. Climack gonna take a step back and punt this one away. No one's back to return it. It's gonna take a huge bounce, and it's gonna keep rolling. Is it gonna get down? And I don't think it did. It did not. So it's gonna be a touchback. Tell you what, that was close.
It was very close.
Now Perry's gonna get the ball on their own 20 instead of on their own 1.
How about that?
805-628.
Fantastic job by Perry's defense that way, stepping up in that 3rd down, huge sack. And again, every time it feels like, hey, maybe the Rockets are building some momentum here. Oh, here we go. Some big play happens with this Perry team offensively now or defensively that seems to keep them just out in front.
Yeah, and obviously easier said than done. Cannot give up a busted play. And they have Moses in sack position, basically.
And yeah, just end up leading Ashburn to just streak down the left side, and you think the play's over, but it wasn't. One at the bottom of your screen, turning the corner, big run past the 30-yard line right there. As Hopkins moves the chains again. What a night for Carter Hopkins, too. He stepped up big time.
And Hopkins was looking for extra yards. He kept it in bounds as well.
First down, Pirates.
So that was big time.
Yeah, the sophomore doing a great job tonight.
Perry, what you're looking for now, you want that drive, and this has to be that drive to close this game out. Like, all right, Streetsboro's gotten themselves back into this game, but it's time to put them away. And this is the drive you're hoping that it could happen here on the ground, running the football, maybe surprise them in the air once, but finish the game.
Handoff, Darion Howard up the middle. Solid game. About 6 more for Howard, who's been active on the defensive end tonight too, and good run.
And another opportunity, and again, Perry going to go back up to the line. Both of these teams do that. They head back up to the line. They may check in with their coach for the play call for the most part.
Yeah, but they've got something in mind. It's going to be a throw, taking a shot. There's some space. Savon has to come back to it, and he makes the catch. Luke Savon had him beat, had to slow down, turn. Good ball placement, at least, on the back shoulder. Turns, makes the play, and it's a huge first down for Perry.
From senior quarterback to senior receiver, that chemistry's been there. They've been working on that for years, having that chemistry there. Savon, he's been fighting all night long.
And you can tell that the head's kind of going up and down as he runs to the sideline. That hamstring, maybe now as we're into the fourth quarter, starting to feel it a little bit, but still able to make a huge play at the top of your screen to get the ball all the way down to inside the 35.
And I'm sorry, as a DB, that's tough too, because you're anticipating running the football, running the ball. You just fall asleep there a little bit.
Hopkins up the middle. Solid gain of about roughly 4 yards.
We mentioned a little bit ago when Ashburn had the touchdown and the extra point mishap, it turned into a 2-point try and it failed. Even with that, it's a 9-point game, so still a 2-possession game. So Perry can score here. Really open things up.
And try to do that now is under center, pitch out. Here's Hopkins. He works left side. Hopkins turns upfield. He's past the first down marker, and he's going to move the chains inside the 20 down to the 19.
And Darion Howard, number 3, was looking for somebody to block. He was not able to find anybody to block until he got the second level, which meant a big running gain.
Oh, and there's going to be a late flag holding against Perry, so wipe the run off the board. It's a 10-yard penalty from the original line of scrimmage, so you go from a first down in the red zone now to 2nd and 16 from the other side of the 35.
And if Perry is fortunate enough to hold on, win this game, and move on, whether it's against Glenville or Lake Catholic, the penalties will be the number one thing they clean up this week.
Handoff middle. Howard lowering the shoulder, still going. Darion Howard just kept trucking through. He's going to get down to the 30-yard line, give him 7 on essentially what was a fullback handoff. Darion Howard.
The one thing you can't take away from that young man, another senior, by the way, the one thing you can't take away, his physicality is unreal. Every time, he's going to be subbed out right now, but the physicality, that second effort is always there for him.
Yeah, 3rd down and about 8 yards to go here. Moses walking towards the sideline for a moment. I think they may end up taking a timeout. Or maybe not. They're going to call the play through. Still got 10 seconds to go on the play clock here. So Moses now will just flip over the running back in the backfield. He'll look to his right. Moses rolling, looking. Moses is going to take off, turn upfield, gets out of bounds inside the 25. They're on the 23-yard line, so 7 yards, and that's...
Got to have another flag.
It was close to a first down, but yeah, that could be going backwards again here, depending on what the call is. It will be against Perry. So Moses had near the first down, if not had it. And again, another penalty draws him back further. And now you're talking about you're not even in field goal range at this point if you're at the 40, trying to get some yards and maybe have the conversation with your star kicker, Logan Buhner, too, who can definitely kick that ball far, but...
That is true, and again, this is what's been keeping the Rockets in this game, is these penalties.
It really
Although
has.
the defender might have jumped early and the fans saw it, but again, you don't snap the ball.
Yeah, take a address him. It's going to be a dump off little pitch. Taken through. Ashburn working through the middle, still on his feet. Ashburn breaks left side and is down at the 25-yard line. And now,
how did he make that play?
I don't even know. I mean, it's just fantastic. And we talked about from, again, where he came from. Jimmy Ashburn fumbles the first offensive snap on that end-around handoff to now catching a huge touchdown pass. And that play there getting him close to a first down. Fourth down on the way. And I imagine you're going to go for this here.
I mean, you think about that opportunity for that jailbreak screen. A new set. Oh, defender has to get out there.
Yep, fourth down and about 3. Moses looking to pass. He's got a lane. Moses is going to take off and run for it. He breaks left side, breaks away from a tackle. Step off through it, a first down.
Are you kidding me?
Walter Moses had no receivers open, but made the play with the legs, and he gets the first down. Huge play for Perry.
So these last 2 plays, Perry essentially is down and out of it as far as this possession. You get the big screen play, and then the rollout with Moses and a first down.
Unbelievable play by Walter Moses. He's having himself a game tonight, AA. He's got 4 passing touchdowns already, and looking for more is
these
Perry.
defenders, by the way, are not getting out here to the receivers here quick enough.
It's just giving it the impression of some open passing lanes here if the receivers aren't being covered properly. Pitch out, and that's going to be a false start on Perry there, so another 5 yards back. And you almost wonder if Coach Kesselwich and company, you're not opposed to this right now because you're taking more time off the clock, right? I mean, you're able to hold on the ball longer. 7:17 to go in the game.
I see where you're going with it.
Because the
problem,
offense has still been able to get obviously first downs.
But the problem, though, is that the penalty issues have been happening all game long.
That's true.
You know,
it's not just an isolated incident. It's been happening since the first quarter. And now hoping to try to right the ship with this.
Yeah. We have a major scoring update we'll give you after this play.
And it's first 21. Pitch out taken by Hopkins. He's got some blockers, but a great tackle on the inside for Streetsboro. Keeps him at bay. He gets maybe 2 yards in the play.
So, Cuyahoga Heights, they're leading right now against Warren JFK, 21-13.
Wow.
4 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
What a story from Cuyahoga Heights this year, AA. The 9 seed in Division 7 in their region. Obviously, 25. Taking out Western Reserve. A lot of people consider to be maybe possibly the favorite to win the state championship in Division 7 this year. And Cuyahoga Heights is just a few minutes away from punching their ticket to the regional final.
Unreal. Get still some time left in that contest, but man, what a story.
And we know Kirtland obviously on their way to a win tonight too over Columbia. Perry trying to wrap up business here. Quick throw, it's caught. There's Savant. He breaks inside. Savant's still on his feet, and he goes in! Touchdown, Luke Savant! What hamstring!
Wow!
5th passing touchdown of the night for Walter Moses. And Perry continues to pile it on. They're now up 36-21. They still have confetti. They brought plenty.
As they should. As they should. They probably had some left over from last week.
Wow.
They only scored 3 points last week. My goodness. You want to talk about handling business at will with this offense.
Oh, flag coming in on the back end. Looks like maybe that's unsportsmanlike conduct from Streetsboro.
I mean, just soak this in, though, as far as these fans.
That's going to be enforced on the kickoff, obviously, so I would imagine. But what a play.
Wow.
From Perry. Now, they had the option. They could go for 2 here if they wanted to try something shorter. I think if you can set the penalty, possibly maybe you move a yard closer on a 2-point conversion attempt.
Now, look, right now it's a 15-point game, so it would be a 17-point game if they went for 2 and got it.
It will be on the kickoff. So Perry still looks like they're going to go for the 2-point conversion attempt here, Double-A, to make it an even 17 points.
It wouldn't hurt, because even if you don't get it, it's still a 2-touchdown and a 2-point conversion difference.
Yeah. Makes sense to do it. So Hopkins going to line up on the right hip. Now Perry will flip the play. Free blitzer. Moses has to throw it back foot. Incomplete. Is there a flag that came through? There is. Tackled the receiver before the ball got there. So I imagine they're going to get a reshot. And again.
And this time it will be closer.
Yes. And then Walter Moses got the free rusher right in his face.
Defense number 21. Half the distance to the goal.
That's right, so the ball will move a yard closer.
Perry wants to run this play right now. They don't care about the official making the announcement in their favor.
They got all the momentum right now to the Pirates. Moses.
Watch, I think McCoon.
It's not actually. It's McCoy Richards who's in the game right now. The backup quarterback. And McCoy going to keep it. Going to cut inside, and he's in for 2.
How about that quickness from Richards?
So the future taking a carry in for the 2-point conversion. McCoy Richards gets in.
How about that? And that's somebody, like you just said, maybe this time next year, he's going to be under center.
And the junior quarterback plays a lot of defense too, safety position. He's able to get the 2-point conversion. So 38-21 is where we stand. Perry on top by 17 now with 6:17 to go here in this ball game. AA, I mean.
And that's significant too, Kyle, because now officially it's a 3-possession game with that 2-point conversion.
That's correct. It's a huge hill again for the Rockets to climb, but they've been able to find ways throughout the game to stay in this. Can they do it one more time and push more pressure on Perry as we wrap up this fourth quarter and work through it?
Well, if they do, they're going to have to do it now, because the winner of this game, it looks like, barring some miracle, they're going to face Glenville. Glenville right now up 28-0 with 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter over Lake Catholic.
Wow. How good is Glenville?
And again, as we mentioned, Perry last year won the Division V state championship. Glenville won the 4 state championship a year ago. So that could be the regional final if everything holds.
Be a very interesting matchup, to say the least, between those two teams.
I mean, that would be crazy.
So I know we're taking bets on the Tyson Paul fight, but can Buhner kick this through the uprights from the 45? We'll find out. We're going to take the under as it still goes to the end of the end zone. But nevertheless, that means the Rockets will have the ball on their own 20.
Of course, every time we take this shot, you see it right there. You see in the background the lights from the great Geauga County Fair to the Geauga County Fairgrounds. It's always a great shot. Of course, we were here
when the fair was going on.
Yeah, the weekend of the fair.
You stopped by afterwards and got some fair food.
Yes, I did.
I had to go home, but you made it stop.
The entire crew had to go home, but me.
I thought you pulled somebody in on that. And here we go. It's 6:17. See on this fourth quarter, does the Rockets have more magic? Climack looking to throw, rolling out right side. McCoon's pressuring, throwing back foot, and it's incomplete. Looking for Adrian Monroe. That ball falls to the turf.
Yeah, again, every time now, they're going to now down 3 scores.
They see you throw the ball a little bit more, try and air it out, and get your quarterback in space.
Yeah, time is not on your side either with only 6:11 to go.
Streetsboro's been able to find ways to get back into this game throughout. They've been down by this much before. Maybe a keeper for Climack up the middle. Spins through, still on his feet. Climack working his way, bouncing off tackles and gets near the first down. I think he got it.
Well, one thing you can't deny is the speed of the senior.
Yeah, the toughness, too, of Climack. And we said before, hey, there's a reason why this team is undefeated and played so well throughout the season. And definitely don't expect them to give up at any point that way. They're going to keep pushing through.
Yeah, they have had an unbelievable season, of course, as you mentioned, 12-0. And, man,
Low snap, yeah. Climac picks it up, throws, and that's going to go out of bounds, incomplete. It was looking in the area for Jackson Gula, the senior receiver, who could not corral it.
Man. Streetsboro's, this Rockets team, 6 shutouts on the way to this game. And I'll tell you, Perry can finish the job here. They're taking out a team that is phenomenal. And they're going to be in this thing next year as well.
I believe it 100%. The talent across both of these squads. No one's going anywhere anytime soon. Climac under pressure, rolling back out to his right side. Looking. Climac going to lower the shoulder and go down near the line of scrimmage. So a lot of running back and forth for no gain, but Climac avoided getting sacked.
But you know who was on the outside waiting for him? Hopkins.
Yeah, Hopkins was there. We saw Taylor force him back that way too. Now 3rd and 10 coming up for the Rockets.
This, man, you want to talk about the journey this Perry team has been on just these last 2 weeks. I mean, to win a football and playoff game 3-0, and then here you put up 38 points.
It feels a lot more like this is the Perry team we're expecting to see throughout the playoffs. Quick pass, and that's incomplete, in and out of the hands of Monroe. He could not pull that ball in, so 4th down coming up for Streetsboro. And
wasn't sure if he was expecting that ball.
And again, Climac slow to get up. He got a shot at the end of that play, and he's still down on one knee right now.
He wants to get up.
And he's trying really hard, but man, he got absolutely smacked.
I mean, what this young man has meant to this football team and just the overall culture of this Rockets program has been unbelievable. Again, you know, obviously us covering Chagrin Valley Conference, we don't get the opportunity to see, you know, Streetsboro all the time, of course, but you see the impact in one game, and you see how the sideline and how everyone in the crowd reacts when he operates.
So Sadowski, who's the kicker, will actually come on to punt this football away. As Climac had to leave it. It's over his head. It's a high snap. Perry going to come through. It's still getting bobbled, and eventually the ball's still out and taken down by Sadowski, but it's inside the 5, down to the 2, maybe 3-yard line, and man, the wheels are starting to come off for this Rockets team.
Yeah, well, you're not used to being in that position, and really, to be perfectly honest, there's not really a correct decision to make. You know,
well, Climac had to come off the field because he was down. He did walk off the field under his own power, but he went down to the knee, and that means your punter is out, so that had your kicker come in. And
right, I'm talking about the kicker in that situation.
Yeah, Sadowski, this wasn't
correct decision to make.
I mean, you could go for that, but it's also 4th and 10. I mean, yeah, it's just a tough ask. And now Perry going to line up with a chance to put even more points on the board. How's this for starting field position? Down at their 2-yard line.
I have a feeling the fans will react appropriately here.
Pitch out, here's Hopkins. He cuts back inside. Carter Hopkins lowers his shoulder, and he's in. Carter Hopkins with his 3rd touchdown of the night, first time running. And it's now 44-21. Perry with an exclamation point with 5:22 to go in this ball game.
You want to talk about who's able to step up in the backfield every single game, like who's going to be that guy? And in this game, Carter Hopkins, man, anytime he's asked to handle business with the football, he does.
The CVC teams tonight handling some business. Kirtland on their way to another win, another regional final. Perry trying to stamp their ticket with a great 4th quarter. Extra point is up, and it is going to be good. That means the lead here now 45-21 with 5:22 to go in this ball game. And per last check, Cuyahoga Heights was leading.
Not just leading, they won.
All right.
They won 21-19.
Wow. The Red Wolves hold on, and they advance to a regional final.
The ninth
As the
seed.
ninth seed.
Coach Al Martin, the ninth seed.
Wow.
Man, we had them against Independence. There was a couple things they were struggling with in that ball game.
They lost
but
Evan Diezik that game to it looked like a concussion or some sort of neck injury. He's since come back and been able to contribute for that team. That's been huge for them,
yeah,
too.
and they lost them early in that game. I
think it was the
believe.
first possession
Yeah.
they lost in AA. He made a catch, too, and then that just happened. And obviously, we're hoping for the best for him, and now everything seems to be on the right side. So
Unreal.
Congrats to
What
the
a
Red
story.
Wolves.
What a story. Warren JFK went for twos on the Twitter page. They went for two, did not get it.
Oh,
And then, of course, the onside kick. The Red Wolves recovered. And my goodness,
how about that?
on their way to Week 14.
So we could have possibly, if everything holds true here, 3 more teams hanging out.
Three representatives. Remember, two won the state championship last year out of the Chagrin Valley Conference. We're going to have it off sides here, Kyle. But to have 3 representatives, if everything holds in Week 14, my goodness.
Love to see that. And it's 2 mainstays, and for Al Martin as well, how long he's been at that school, we can call him a mainstay as well because that team is always competitive and in the thick of things. And to see what they've been able to overcome this season and now pick up that 8th win of the year and move on. And credit to that coaching staff, to all the players out there at Cuyahoga Heights, and excited to see next week what they have on tap. Could possibly be where we are next week, depending on how the dominoes fall.
Yeah,
So,
we'll definitely see. Of course, Spectrum will have loads of games from this point on as well.
So it's a re-kick for Perry as they were offsides, and Buhner gets a chance to flex the leg even more. It's taken by Council at his own 13. Council turns upfield. Council with a head of steam breaking through. Huge hit. Council brought down just shy of the 45-yard line. It's the physicality of Perry that you notice.
Yeah.
And the flashiness, 5 passing touchdowns today, all that stuff, but the ability to still be physical on the special teams, defense, even the offensive line you talked about multiple times, stepping up and getting some big blocking assignments. It shows this team has state championship experience.
Well, here's the thing. So Coach Gesowitz, he talked to us a ton last year. And I'll tell you more about it after this play, because this is big as far as their mentality.
The handoff across the formation, breaking through and getting about 5 yards on that carry was number 26 for Streetsboro there.
Mitchenmeyer, the ball carrier.
I'll fetch him there. But
Yeah.
the crazy thing, so he was talking about
Fincham, the ball
the
carrier.
MAC conference. No, not the the college one with BG and Toledo.
Though the Rockets are on the field today.
But true. Where are the Falcons? But
Nowhere to be found.
the most successful conference out of the small schools.
Climac going to keep that and get it out of bounds. Run the first down, he's going to have it.
So imagine you play in a conference where teams like Coldwater and Marion Local and some of the other top schools are competing for state championships year in and year out. And you eat, sleep, and breathe football. Coach Guess was wanting to bring that kind of mentality to this Perry football team.
I think he's done that.
And he has done that.
Really has. I mean, you're seeing now up at division. I think if everything holds true the way it does today, Glenville is going to be a huge test to see where they are at right now when it comes to being a powerhouse program, not only in the CVC, but in the entire state.
That's the spotlight matchup, because I could say either of those teams
You can see either one of them winning state
could
championship.
win it all, legitimately win it all.
Janier Cook got the carry there and got another first down as it's like the rain is starting to fall again here.
Brought down by Petroselli and
A little bit harder this time through.
First down, Rockets.
We should report also Kirtland has officially defeated Columbia 41-7. So they are moving on to their 15th consecutive regional final.
Unbelievable streak. Play blown dead beforehand. Let's see what the call is. The play was stopped before it even started. The referee just raising the roof.
He loves the rain.
Yeah. Some of the fans down here too, embracing the celebration there as Perry again holds a sizable lead here.
They're just ready to these next 4 minutes to roll down.
Yeah, 24-point lead with 4:08 to go in the ball game. Climac looking to pass again, under pressure again, rolling out right side. He's got room. Climac past the 30 and runs out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. Actually, I think right at the 20 is where they'll mark him down.
Again, this kid has no quit whatsoever. His offensive line is on point.
The pressure all day for Climac. He's still been able to make some plays out there. Again, just a buzzsaw in this Perry offense they ran into. Of course, bottled up last week against Struthers. A lot of self-imposed mistakes that Coach Gesowich told us about. And again, when you have only 5 possessions on the offensive end, you have to make those count. And they've had more than 5 today.
Yeah, and again, they made it a point this week to have a significantly better practice week as well.
They're really working on themselves. Is Climac going to keep it again up the middle, working through and going to get
He's still up.
bouncing out to the outside. Climac still on his feet. Yeah, you're right. Out past the 5-yard line. So you mentioned the fight in number 7. I think he's got about 70 carries tonight, but still going.
And is embracing every one of them. Again, as a senior, you know, just obviously never know, you get another opportunity to play football, to put on the pads. It's the harsh reality of these playoffs. You know, so many good teams, you know, you end the season with a loss.
Which is always tough to swallow, especially when you haven't lost yet, like Streetsboro has. It's going to be a handoff through the middle and nowhere to go on that carry.
Inching the ball carrier.
And the Glenville game has just gone final, 28-0. Glenville shutting out the 1 seed in this region.
Yeah, and that rain coming down extra hard now. Picking up throughout the evening here. 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Rockets trying to get some more points on the board here. Climac again in the shotgun. Keeping it himself, working through the middle. Climac diving forward. And they'll be down at about the 2.
Gonna have a flag,
Yeah,
Kyle.
came in on the back end of that play. Fans enjoying the holding call. It looks like it's coming against Streetsboro.
I think they're just prepping for the Mike Tyson fight.
Offense, number 70.
They got to get ready, you know? So 10-yard holding call against the Rockets will move them back. And 2:48 to go in the game. It seems like this may be a foregone conclusion that Perry is going to move on, and a matchup next week with Glenville.
Unreal. Unreal. That's going to be something. But, hey, before we get to that matchup, this Rockets team, they're not going anywhere.
Nope, still going to keep pushing through and get this.
Fighting. Got your 1s in there still. Climac possibly looking for his final touchdown in his high school football career.
In the pass, Climac in the throw. All right side, it's incomplete. Knocked away by Savan. Luke Savan's still out there as well.
And that's the key, too. Like, again, both teams, Perry, they still have their 1s out there. This league, I mean, it's...
It's almost like, hey, we'll pull ours when you pull yours.
As they should. It's a playoff game. You never let up until it's it.
Essentially right there is. Here we go, 3rd down. And I believe goal. Climac again in that shotgun.
Yeah, can this defense make 2 stops?
Well, he's going to keep it. Climac going to run through the middle, still on his feet, still bowling for it. Climac pushing through, still on his feet, and he gets down to about the 3. I'll tell you what.
What a run. What a run.
And Colin Climac is
I mean, he should have been down like 5 yards prior.
Just kept going. It's the drive in that young man. Love to see that. It is 4th down now. And again, they'd have to score.
4th and goal.
Well, and again, even from a personal standpoint for a lot of these seniors that's in there for the Rockets, you want to get that final touchdown here.
Climac going to line up under center. But Fincham in the backfield. Try to get him to draw offsides. And a play call in. It's not 20 seconds on the play clock here. A minute 30 to go in the game, and a timeout going to be taken by Streetsboro.
Timeout.
With a minute 30 to go right here on CVC TV. And again, want to thank, as always, our presenting sponsor for the program, Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery, Dr. Ski Schneider, Don Lewis, and Joe Weber. Their specialties, one more time, include dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com. And of course, thank you for your support of the Chagrin Valley Conference and us here at CVC TV. So two games have gone final. 2 CVC teams have advanced. Perry trying to be the third to get to a regional final yet again.
And again, 90 seconds still left. And, you know, hey, this Rockets team, they want to get that final score in.
Climac going to get that opportunity here in that shotgun. 4th down, need to score. Climac rolling to the right, looking to pass. He's under pressure, and he's brought down.
What a hit!
Only fitting. It's Luke Savan that does the job, gets the sack, and an exclamation point on a huge soon-to-be win for the Perry Pirates. It's all over but the game itself at this point, Double A. What an amazing job by Savan. Talked about still playing deep into this 4th quarter despite, nursing that hamstring injury. And looking pretty good right there.
That was amazing, just being able to break through defensively against a tough opponent in this Rockets team.
Yeah, Streetsboro made this a game for the majority of it. The 4th quarter is where things just started to get a little bit out of hand, and Perry was able to flex their muscles and get the job done as they'll take a knee. McCoy Richards in the game to do so. What a game, by the way, for Walter Moses, who will win our CVC TV Player of the Game tonight. 5 touchdown passes for Moses in a regional semifinal game against an undefeated team that only allows 7 points per game.
And there was a PI call, would have been 6.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, so just thinking about what he's been able to do throughout his entire Perry career.
And it's going to get extended one more week at least. And waiting on the other side.
That matchup next week.
Oh my goodness, one of the toughest matchups they're going to see here at Perry with Glenville. And a potential matchup of 2 teams that could very well win the state championship again.
Looking at how the clock is synced, I don't think they have to run another play.
They don't. Yep, they're going to run off the field. The teams will shake hands. And the final score from Great Lakes Cheese Stadium will be 45-21. Perry is going to advance to the regional final here in Division 4, Region 13. A tough effort for Streetsboro, but a big win nevertheless for Perry as they get the job done. It will be their 12th win of the season. Double A, your final thoughts on Perry's win tonight?
What a win. I mean, what a performance. And just when you performing in these playoffs, if it all plays out, it's a 6-week journey, you got to find different ways to win. So if I told you that team today that scored 45 points only scored 3 last week,
I wouldn't believe you.
I couldn't believe it.
I would not believe you.
But finding different ways to win. You just mentioned a CVC player, a TV player of the game, Walter Moses, what he was able to do. Also, Carter Hopkins,
yes.
His performance on the ground, his speed. We saw his speed off of the screenplay. Just amazing. I also want to give a shout out to Jimmy Ashburn, because remember, he had the first play of the game, fumble. And then he comes back out performing all throughout the game. He has the big touchdown on the other end of the field. So, this Perry team, we talked about them seeing different styles. They competed against a tough quarterback and a tough tailback as well. What a win. Enjoy it, get healthy, because This time next Friday, you're in for a physical battle with Glenville.
It's going to be very tough. Yeah, Glenville and Perry next week. Excited to see where that game is, and obviously we'll keep an eye on that. Also, again, congratulations to Kirtland and Cuyahoga Heights, both CVC teams taking care of business tonight and getting the job done. The final score, 45-21. You can hear from Great Lakes Cheese Stadium in Burton, Ohio. Perry moving on in the high school playoffs. Again, for AA Anthony Alford, I'm Kyle Cornell. Of course, want to thank our sponsors again, the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery, Alpha Animal Removal, Taz Tree Service, Sewer Cleaning Company, R&T Fence, Air Quality Control, Heating and Cooling, LLC, Greenie Sports Cars, Woodlake Realty, Hobby Motorsports, and the Ohio Media School. And, of course, the biggest thank you of all goes to you for sticking with us all throughout this high school football season. Stay posted on ChagrinValleyConference.com as well as our social media to see if we may be somewhere next week. But if not, it was a pleasure to call games for you folks this year. And we'll see you during basketball season right here on CVC TV.